Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
For this is what the Sovereign Lord says.
Why do you need prophets to tell people who you are and what you want?
If you can justify everything that the God of the Bible has done, then you can justify any of your behavior.
A lot of this mentality is trickling into what is now mainstream right-wing Christianity.
I am capable of empathy greater than this God of the Bible.
This is a Bible that they tell kids. This is the good Lord. This is the good book. He is fantasizing about murder, mass murder.
Head over to sacrilegiousdiscourse.com right now to find out how to leave us a review or support us on Patreon.
Hey there, sinners and saints. It's your favorite Bible-bashing duo from Sacrilegious Discourse, and we need your help.
That's right, folks. We're raising funds for some heavenly equipment and a studio that doesn't sound like it's in the depths of hell.
Our current setup, let's just say it's more apocalypse than audiophile.
So if you want to hear us dissect the Bible without the background noise of demonic squirrels, chip in a few bucks.
We're aiming for $5,000 to upgrade our audio and build a studio worthy of blasphemous banter.
Donate today and help us spread the good word of atheism.
You can find a link right on our homepage, sacrilegiousdiscourse.com. Every dollar counts.
Even if it's from your collection plate. Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
I'm husband.
And I'm wife.
Together, we're reading the Bible for the very first time.
We grew up without religion and wanted to know what all the fuss was about.
Well, what have we learned so far?
That God is a dick, and apparently some people believe in talking donkeys?
We're not trying to pass ourselves off as experts.
Nope, we're just reading the Bible for the first time and giving our first take reaction.
If you'd like to join us in this venture, you might consider starting at episode 1.
Otherwise, jump in wherever you like.
All right, let's go read the Bible.
Yeah, let's get to it. Husband!
Wife!
Do you remember what happened last week?
There wasn't much to remember. It was one of the shortest chapters we've read.
But not the shortest chapter.
Not the shortest chapter.
Right.
But something about maggots, worms, and being born of women?
You are a maggot, and you are a worm, and you were born to a woman.
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean, it was really short.
Yeah.
It's fucking short.
It was fucking short.
That's all I got.
6 verses.
Yeah. All right, so that was Job chapter 25.
Yeah, it was, you worm.
And today we're going to be reading
Job chapter 26, you fucking maggot.
Jesus, let's do this.
Okay, Job chapter 26.
Okay, then,
exactly. Job replied
okay.
to the maggots and worms comment from
Yeah,
Bildad.
right.
How you have helped the powerless. How you have saved the arm that is feeble. What advice you have offered to one without wisdom. He is being a sarcastic fuck,
Yeah,
isn't he?
yeah, he is.
And what great insight you have displayed.
Mm.
Who has helped you utter these words? And whose spirit spoke from your mouth?
Yeah.
The dead are in deep anguish, those beneath the waters and all that live in them. The realm of the dead is naked before God. Neckies.
Okay.
Destruction lies uncovered.
Does it?
No.
I feel like Pompeii. There was a lot of destruction at Pompeii.
Yeah.
It's all covered.
No.
No? Well, I mean, not anymore. They're excavating it. But, I mean, it was covered in ash. It was a buried city.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was destruction.
What about...
It wasn't uncovered.
What about Atlantis?
Atlantis is not known to be real.
It's not known to be real, though.
Neither is God. Not known to be real.
What?
Never mind.
Okay. I'm just saying, there are some who say that Atlantis was real and that some of the Egyptian stories speak of this city.
But that's what I'm saying. There are people who say that God is real, and some rednecks speak of, his story.
The magic that I believe in is
way
more fun than the Bible.
Rednecks. It's not just rednecks. It's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people.
I was trying to be funny, and I realized that might not be funny.
It might not.
So I'm backtracking a little bit.
Good on you. But anyway, I like fun magic. I don't like boring, rapey, racist, gross magic.
Sure. Yeah, fun magic is much better.
Atlantis.
Unicorns. That's fun magic.
Tarot. Just kidding. He spreads out the northern skies over empty space. He suspends the earth over nothing.
I mean...
He doesn't, though.
I guess.
Gravity does.
Right,
Like,
right. Well, or...
mass.
Yeah.
And the sun's orbit pull.
Yeah.
Like centrifugal force on a massive scale.
Like, suspended over... Like, what do they mean by that? Because I don't know that they even knew what the shape of the earth was back then. So... Or that it was suspended over anything.
It was a disc and he was spinning it like spinning plates.
It'd be interesting to know what they actually thought of the world that they lived in. Like, what did they think it was made up of?
Like, do you know that there's people like over there?
Right, yeah. I mean, they obviously didn't know they were over there, but
right.
Like, what is your idea of what the world is?
Yeah.
How do you perceive it?
Do you think that it's just a flat edge?
Right. It would be an interesting, I mean, like, to know what they were thinking about this thing that they're talking about, you know?
Right.
So.
He wraps up the waters in his clouds, yet the clouds do not burst under their weight. I mean, they do.
Sometimes they do. Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
fucking rain is.
Exactly. He covers the face of the full moon, spreading his clouds over it. I mean, no.
There are clouds that sometimes cover the moon from sight.
But also
But it's also still there.
There's also sometimes an eclipse.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's not clouds.
That's just a fucking shadow.
Yeah. He covers the face of the moon, spreading his clouds over it. He marks out the horizon on the face of the waters for a boundary between light and darkness. No, you're so silly.
Yeah.
I'm sorry at you. You need to like attend maybe fifth grade science.
Right, yeah.
Like,
and that's probably, they were slightly below that level for this time period, I would say.
Yeah.
You know, well, I'm more than slightly below that, actually. I'd say more like a second or third grade science level, maybe.
Okay. I was going to say...
If that even.
I was going to say, like, if they were real smart, though, they could sit in a fifth grade class and maybe catch up.
Maybe. If they were really smart, maybe.
Okay. So we're talking a third to fifth grade knowledge
level. Based on what I've been reading in the Bible about science, that's kind of, my take on it.
I think most of our neighbors have a third to fifth grade education level, and that's sad.
I mean, I've probably unlearned more science than I've learned. So, I mean, I'm just saying, like, you know.
No, yeah, that's true. For myself, that's true.
Yeah, unfortunately.
When I'm doing math with the kid and they're like asking me for help, I have to like dig deep. I have to dig deep to relearn, since they do math so differently than I did.
Yeah, it's a struggle.
It's not just relearning, it's relearning how did I do this again? And then learning it the new way.
Right.
Which sometimes is better and sometimes isn't.
Sure.
But
that's the way of things, I guess, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, how educated am I?
You know both ways. You know both ways. You learn both ways.
I'm...
Like how to do math 2 different ways.
I don't know that that's helpful.
No?
I mean, I still can't figure out which side of the car the gas is on, you know?
Well, to be fair, our car is one of the few cars in the world, apparently, that doesn't have the goddamn triangle pointing to which side it's supposed to be on.
Right. It doesn't.
I'm like,
and
what
not
the
only
fuck?
that, but the hose is on the wrong side. It's got a picture
of the hose, and it's on the wrong fucking side.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you, car.
Yeah, so like when I first learned that, oh, really? You just look at the little image and it tells you? I was like, I must not understand the direction. Like, I thought it was me. But no, our car
doesn't have one.
And it's not that our car is like super old or dumb or bad.
Right, yeah.
It's not.
No.
Okay, sorry. The pillars of the heavens quake, aghast at his rebuke. Oh, what? I was being aghast.
Oh, okay.
Making a ghast noise.
I can't.
Huh?
See, when you ask me to do something, what happens to me?
You freeze and you do not work on command.
Yeah, so you can't just ask me to make a sound. It has to be unprompted, you know?
Okay. Well,
I'm just saying.
I'm trying to make sounds that are aghast.
You're welcome.
Oh my!
You're welcome to make the sounds.
Am I doing?
You're doing a great job.
Okay.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Huh? How
That
about
was
that one?
perfect. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that was great. That's aghast. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because the pillars of heavens were quaking.
Right. Yeah. I mean, now we have examples of what aghast means. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's perfect.
By his power.
By the power of Grayskull.
I have the power. You're He-Man.
Yeah.
And I'm not She-Ra. Because you know why? I always wanted to be. What was her name?
Who?
The
bad one?
No, the good one, but the eagle head, like the
eagle head.
The sorceress.
I thought she was bad.
No, you're thinking of Evelyn.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I don't know who the other one is then.
Okay, the sorceress is literally the one who gave He-Man the sword and gave him the power.
Oh, okay.
I
only remember She-Ra.
Okay, She-Ra.
As far as the girl and then the evil sorceress. Oh my god! I'm sorry. I fail at my He-Man fandom.
Do you remember Skeletor?
Of course.
You boob. You got to admit, I did that.
That was pretty good. Yeah, that was pretty good.
Okay. All right. By his power, he turned up the sea. By his wisdom, he cut Rahab to pieces.
Oh,
I remember
damn.
Rahab.
Yeah, I do too.
By his breath, the skies became fair. His hand pierced the gliding serpent. And these are but the outer fringe of his works. How faint the whisper we hear of him. Who then can understand the thunder of his power? The end.
Which serpent did he pierce?
All of them.
Are we supposed to know something about a serpent?
The gliding one.
Which gliding fucking serpent?
Only one was gliding. The gliding one.
I don't know of the gliding serpent.
It says.
Yeah, I know it says. That's what I'm curious about, though. The fuck?
I don't know.
Where did the gliding serpent come from?
I don't know, but it was gliding and then he pierced
What kind of sound does a gliding serpent make? Okay.
Right?
Yeah. How about when it gets, speared? Okay. All right.
Right?
Yeah. While we're on, doing sounds, I thought we'd do
know.
some sounds. So
I was trying. I don't know.
Right. All right. Before we get too off base here, that was Job chapter 26.
Oh, it sure as fuck was.
And we'll be back tomorrow with
Job chapter 27.
All right, guys. We'll see you then.
Yep. Bye. Husband.
Wife.
Do you remember what happened yesterday?
No.
What? Well,
I mean, we talked about He-Man.
We did.
Job said some things.
He did.
I don't really remember much beyond that, honestly. We got so sidetracked that I kind of lost track of what we talked about, to be perfectly honest with you.
Mostly he was just going on about how God's cool or whatever.
Okay. So
that was it. That's
nothing
why it didn't
I
stick.
agree with. I'm like,
yeah, nothing that would be worth remembering.
Yeah,
in our minds.
I loved it when he was questioning God.
Yeah,
but when he's like,
yeah,
he's my dude. I'm like, he's not my dude. So
and is he though?
Right? Yeah. So anyway, that was Job chapter 26.
Sure as fuck was.
And today we'll be reading
Job chapter 27.
All right, let's go do this.
Okie dokie. Okay, so Job chapter 27.
Okay.
But before we start that, I just have to read something because one of the last lines of Job chapter 26 reminded me of something else. Okay, just now as I was like, oh, what was that about? Okay, like the last line is, or the last verse is, and these are but the outer fringe of his works. How faint the whisper we hear of him. And that made me think of a poem, How Doth the Little Crocodile.
I don't. Yeah.
You don't know that?
No.
Okay. It's from Alice in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. And it's very short, so I'm just going to read it.
Okay, yeah.
How doth the little crocodile improve his shining tail and pour the waters of the Nile on every golden scale? How cheerfully he seems to grin, how neatly spreads his claws and welcomes little fishes in with gently smiling jaws. So
that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I just, anytime somebody says how bloody blah 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 blah,
it reminds you of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't help it.
Right.
It's just the way my stupid brain works.
Sure.
I see patterns everywhere.
I know.
Okay. So
I'm married to you.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Job chapter 27. Ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
And
Not then.
Then and Job continued his discourse.
Okay.
Womp womp.
Well, I mean, he's got some things to say, man.
He does, but it probably won't be very good, right?
We don't know. Might be the best shit we ever read.
All right.
This could be better than
Esther.
That was good. That
was good.
I got to give you credit there.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Okay. As surely as God lives, he says, who has denied me justice, the Almighty who has made my life bitter.
Yeah, yes.
As long as I have life within me, the breath of God in my nostrils, my lips will not say anything wicked, and my tongue will not utter lies.
Okay.
He's like, this guy that fucked me over and was like totally an asshole at me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say anything bad about him.
Yeah, you might be a dick, but I'm not going to say that.
Even though I just did.
Right.
Like, literally.
I'm just saying, like, you might be a dick.
No,
I'm not
but
saying you are a dick.
But that's what I'm saying. He's made my life bitter, but I'm not going to trash talk
right.
him. Like, my guy.
That's like the people that are like, I don't really approve of this, but I agree that you should do whatever you want to do. So, and I don't want to say anything bad about your choices, and like,
yeah,
but you just did.
Yeah.
So
where they're like, I'm just gonna not say anything, but you didn't.
By literally saying something, you just said something.
Yeah, you did not. In fact, keep your fucking mouth shut.
Right.
Like, if you can't say nothing nice, don't say nothing at all. So that's what I'm going. You didn't. You weren't nice. You stupid ass.
Right.
Okay, sorry. We're just beating a dead horse now. But that stupid shit really pisses me off.
Yes.
Okay. I will never admit you are in the right.
Hold on. Beating a dead horse.
Mm-hmm.
That would imply that it's more productive to beat a live horse, but I don't think that's a good thing. I don't think you should beat any animal.
No, I totally agree.
I'm just saying, that's a bad saying. You're implying that you should beat a live horse, but not a dead horse.
Only beat your meat. Don't beat your children.
I didn't want to get too far beyond that because it just popped in my head. I had to say something.
Yeah, don't beat your children and don't beat your horses.
Yeah, exactly.
Only beat your meat.
Right.
That's it.
All right, perfect. I'm glad we got that settled.
We did. We had to have that talk.
Right, yeah.
Okay. I will never admit you are in the right till I die. I will not deny my integrity. I will maintain my innocence and never let go of it. My conscience will not reproach me as long as I live. So he's telling his friends, I ain't going to say that God's a dick even though he's being dickish, but I'm also
not going to say I'm wrong.
Yeah. I'm right, but I ain't saying he's wrong. Even though
I think what he's struggling with right now, like what he's trying to come to terms with, is that he doesn't know what the fuck or why the fuck it's happening.
Yeah. It's just funny because he's like trying to say two things at the same time and one can't be true.
Right, yeah.
And he's trying to make them both be true.
Right.
May my enemy be like the wicked, my adversary like the unjust. For what hope have the godless when they are cut off, when God takes away their life?
But we've covered this two different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Job said how much they live and prosper,
mm-hmm.
and then he's also like, but yeah, they also die and don't do well.
Mm-hmm.
So which is it? Do they? It's just whatever happens to whatever. Yeah. That's all it is.
Whatever happens to whatever.
I mean, I'm serious. Like you can't. All religion is trying to attribute shit to things that are happening, right? And things happen to all kinds of different people. Good, bad, ugly, pretty, whatever. Doesn't fucking matter. Things happen to people.
Mm-hmm.
Shit happens.
Mm-hmm.
Good things happen, bad things happen, and people want to put it on God. I don't know why. I wish they'd put it on themselves or the person that did the thing.
Or bad
instead
luck.
of, right, like, just, it is what it is, you know?
Sometimes people get cancer.
But, like, if I do something good for somebody, I don't want them to be like, oh, thank God, I really needed this. No, thank me, you fucker.
You mean like the doctors that save people's lives every day? And
yeah.
Then they're like, oh, the power of prayer. And it's like, no, it's the power of all the people that had money to go to college and got their degrees and then
science
and then did all the work to make sure that you lived.
Right. Yeah. Thank the appropriate entity, which is never God.
Ever.
Just saying.
Yeah. No, totally agree. So Job continues, does God listen to their cry when distress comes upon them? Will they find delight in the Almighty? Will they call on God at all times? I mean,
I don't know.
I don't know. Evil people gonna evil, whether there's a God or not.
I mean, we've run across some evil people that seem to call on God a lot.
Oh, yeah. Crazy
in the
eyes.
in the Bible and in real life.
Yeah.
So,
I will teach you about the power of God. The ways of the Almighty I will not conceal. You have all seen this yourselves. Why then this meaningless talk? Here is the fate God allots to the wicked, the heritage a ruthless man receives from the Almighty. However many his children, their fate is the sword. His offspring will never have enough to eat, because we do like to punish children.
Yeah, this is back to the punishing the children, and that you're not actually punishing the sinner or whatever.
Yeah.
You're punishing his progeny, which is bullshit.
It really is.
And it's not just that. Like, God likes to go down 10 generations. That person in the 10th generation doesn't even fucking remember the person that got punished in the first place.
Yeah, or what they did. And it's
Right.
like, wow, did they do something that was bad enough to be punished? People who weren't even born?
But if the person is truly evil or bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why would they give a fuck whether you... Like, if they truly don't give a fuck about people,
Yeah.
why would they care that you punish their children? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, because...
That's like completely worthless punishment.
It really is. It really is. The plague will bury those who survive them, and their widows will not weep for them. I mean, probably not, because they're assholes.
Maybe.
I mean, if they're bad.
Oh, well, yeah. Okay, I see. The bad people are bad.
The bad people.
Right, I got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Though he heaps up silver like dust and clothes like piles of clay, what he lays up the righteous will wear, and the innocent will divide his silver. The house he build is like a moth's cocoon, like a hut made by a watchman. He lies down wealthy, but will do so no more. When he opens his eyes, all is gone. Terrors overtake him like a flood. A tempest snatches him away in the night.
Those damn tempests.
I like Shakespeare's play, The Tempest. It's really good.
Yeah.
It's a storm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I like that story, though.
Yeah.
It's a really good one. Have you read The Tempest?
I haven't, no.
You should.
I
It's
should.
good. It's
I
good.
really should.
The east wind carries him off, and he is gone. It sweeps him out of his place. It hurls itself against him without mercy as he flees headlong from its power. It claps its hands in derision and hisses him out of his place. The end.
So it sounds like he's saying that when you die, you got some bad shit ahead of you.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not gonna have your things, obviously, and you're gonna have some, a tempest take you away and beat you against walls or something.
Yeah. Evil people will get punished. The end.
Right. Which is, like, that's the romantic theory of any religion, really.
Mm-hmm.
Like, justice will come after death, right?
Mm-hmm.
You reap what you sow. We love these sayings that mean that justice will come later.
Yeah.
Right? Because none of us like, I think it's mostly because none of us like confrontation in this world.
Mm-hmm.
So we don't like to actually call people out on being bad. We don't like to
Right.
interfere with things that are going on that are unjust.
Right.
We just let them be.
It's
you
true.
know? And so we're like, well, God
Karma
will
will
take
get
care
him.
of it.
Yeah.
God will take care of that.
It's true.
Fuck that. God won't take care of shit. We need to take care of it now. That includes this world that we live in. That includes everything that you see and people that you see down the street and things that are happening in front of you. Take care of it then and there. There, blah, 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 blah. There and then.
Yeah.
And don't assume, there is no fucking punishment after life.
Because there's no afterlife.
Right. You're fucking dead.
Yep.
Deal with the now.
Yeah.
That is my philosophy.
And I'm not saying lead a hedonistic lifestyle and
No.
just throw the rules out the window.
But if that's what floats your boat, as long as, everybody's informed consent,
Mm-hmm.
then, all more power, all the whatever. I can't speak tonight. I don't know what the fuck's going on with my brain.
It's dumb.
It's dumb.
Your brain
More
is
power
dumb.
to you. That's what I meant to say.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we live a fairly mundane, we're very happy,
Mm-hmm.
but we don't, most people would call us good people, I think.
Yeah.
And we don't really, I don't know.
We're kind of boring.
Yeah,
honestly.
mostly. I mean, this is as wild as it gets right here.
It's
cussing
true.
at God on our podcast, and we're like, ooh, we cussed at God.
I mean, I did have a glass of wine at your mom's birthday
We
party
bought
last
some
night.
weed from near Hell, Michigan.
Yeah, we did.
That was crazy.
Yeah. I told my mom about it, and I go, I'm going to eat an edible.
Your Baptist mom.
My Baptist mom. I said, when we go to this gathering, you're going to see me kind of out of it. I'm just being honest in case you're uncomfortable, but I will have eaten an edible. And my mom's like, what's an edible? And I literally had to explain it's marijuana. And she goes, well, why is it called an edible? And I go, because you eat it instead of smoke it.
Right.
Like my mom literally
and
had
then she
no
was
idea.
like, brownies.
She goes, special brownies? And I was like, I mean, that is a type of edible, but that's not the type I got.
Right. We got gummies.
And she goes, well, how else do they make it? And I said, well, lots of different ways, but the most popular currently is gummies, and that's what I got.
Right.
And she's like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Although I saw one of our friends on Twitter, he had like an Oreo ball thing. It was like 100 milligrams of fucking weed. And like the ones that we got were 20 milligrams. And I'm like, that shit fucked me up. Mm-hmm. You're eating 100 milligram. Oh my God. I mean, I know for a fact that he like,
he worked up to that.
Yeah. But
because 30 would knock me off my ass.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
20
knocks me off my ass.
20 knocks
and if I don't eat anything, 10 knocks me off my ass.
Yeah. So we figured out our limits there. So 100 would be way too far for either of us at this point in time.
I mean, to be fair, I hadn't had weed in probably 5 or 6 years prior to us buying that up there in hell. So, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not like we have it a lot.
No. But that's how boring we are.
That's how boring we are. Yeah.
What we try to convey.
We're fucking boring.
We are.
Sorry, we're boring.
I mean.
We're not. We try not to be boring on here.
People seem to like us okay.
Yeah.
And our friends are kind of cool.
I mean, we have cool friends. We have really cool friends.
We do have really cool friends.
Like, we have the coolest friends, actually.
Yeah.
You know what else? I would love to someday, like we have still not run into any, like we went to that convention down in Louisville. Mm-hmm. We've still not run into any fans anywhere.
Right. Now, we did make a fan out of having gone to Louisville. Yeah,
well, we made a friend.
No, we made a friend, and then there was another lady that said that she met us down there and started listening.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah, so we made a friend and we made a fan.
Yeah.
And it would be neat to make it the other way, where we're just tooling around and we're like...
Right.
Yeah, we're wife and husband.
But just so you know, we would be like more than thrilled to meet somebody at like a coffee shop, probably, if you were in our area.
Yeah, I would like fall off my stool. That would be just awesome. Yeah.
So if any of y'all are in like the Dayton or Cincinnati area, just, give us a shout out and tell us you're going to be here.
Honestly, even Columbus, we would make the trip out.
You think we would? Well, if we got time.
If somebody said, well,
I guess we're a little closer to Columbus now since we moved, so.
Yeah, if somebody was like, well, I'm not in the Dayton or Cincinnati area, but I'm over in Columbus. That's close enough. What if we got together? I would be like, fuck yeah, we will.
Right. Yeah, there's some really great, rest stops along the way between Dayton and Columbus.
Oh my God. There really is nothing but rest stops between Dayton and Columbus. That's sad.
It's all country.
Yeah.
I think there's like a Wendy's about halfway or something.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think I've eaten at that Wendy's.
All right. That's all we got for tonight, I think. That was Job chapter 27.
Sure as fuck was.
And we will be back tomorrow with...
Job chapter 28.
All right. We'll see you guys then.
Bye. Husband.
Wife.
Do you remember what happened yesterday?
Job was like, God's good, but my things suck, and same shit.
Yeah, he's like, he's bad, but I'm not going to say God's bad.
Right, yeah, basically.
He did a bad, but he's not bad.
Right.
He did a not good, but he's still good.
Yeah, and, but he's still saying the things where God's bad.
Yeah.
He's just not wanting to, I'm going to say he's bad, but I'm not gonna say I'm blaming him for it, even though I blamed him for it.
Right.
So
it's like he wants credit for not calling God a dick.
Yeah, like, hey, you're a dick, but but you're not a dick.
Right.
I mean, dude,
not you.
I wasn't calling you a dick.
It's not that you're a dick so much as that you did a dickish thing because you're.
But you're not a dick.
You're dickish.
So yeah, but not really.
But not a dick.
Not really though.
Yeah. Dicking around.
Right.
Dick Lee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all those things. So that was Job chapter 27.
Sure as Dick was.
And today we're going to be reading
Job chapter 28.
All right, let's go do this.
Okay. Okay, Job chapter 28.
Okay.
There is a mine for silver.
There is. I mean, there's probably multiple mines for silver.
And a place where gold is refined.
Why is there a mine for silver when they're doing gold?
Silver and gold, silver and gold.
Okay, anyway, silver.
Okay. Iron
Man, they're just covering all the metals here.
is taken from the earth, and copper is smelted from ore.
What the fuck?
Whoever smelt it dealt it.
What is going on here?
Mortals put an end to the darkness. I heard it was actually that one god that stole fire. What was that guy's name?
Was that
Was that Atlas? It wasn't Atlas.
I don't know.
Who was the god that stole fire and gave it to us?
I'm not sure.
And then he was punished for eternity.
I don't know.
And then so he was like tied to a rock, and like eagles or hawks or some shit would come like peck at his guts, and then every day they'd come do it again.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway, so mortals and that one Greek or Roman god put an end to the darkness.
Prometheus.
Why didn't I know that? That's so obvious in retrospect.
Yeah.
Seriously, did you not know that?
I didn't know that. I've kind of heard that story, but I was pretty young when I was really interested in Greek and Roman gods.
As we all are.
Right, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't really remember that much about it. So it's,
Okay.
I know Icarus flew too close to the sun.
Icarus did.
And,
yeah. And then his wings melted and
Zeus was in charge. And Hercules, he's like half god type thing.
Mm-hmm. Kind of like Jesus.
Yeah.
Except that Zeus was a rapey swan or goose or mule. No, not a mule. Bull.
Venus was in charge of love, right?
She's got it. Yeah, baby, she's got it. I'm your Venus. I'm your fire.
Yeah.
It's your desire.
Okay.
Do you know that song?
Yeah, I do know that song.
Okay, well, you looked at me like I was nuts. What? Okay, so Prometheus and the mortals put an end to the darkness. They search out the farthest recesses for ore in the blackest darkness.
Okay. Why would they search in the blackest darkness?
That's like asking, why do humans climb really, really fucking tall mountains? Because it's there to be discovered.
I guess. Okay.
I mean, seriously, why?
Sure.
Because we want to know all the things. So we explore every single space of darkness, height, and depth.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Far from human dwellings, they cut a shaft.
I wasn't even going to react. And then I looked at you and I'm like, oh my God.
Because I looked at you.
Yeah.
I didn't even have to say it. He said shaft.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
In places untouched by human feet. See, they go all the places.
Yeah, all the places.
Far from other people, they dangle and sway like a bunch of nut sacks, just dangling and swaying. Oh, that reminds me, speaking of nut sacks, for reals.
Yeah, for real.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like, a lot of the podcasts that I listen to now,
Mm-hmm.
they have these sponsors that have these underwears. And all of the underwears have moisture wicking. And that is, like, no matter what brand it is now, moisture wicking.
They wick that moisture.
It wicks it. It wicks it good.
Yeah.
Wicks it real good. So that your nuts never sweat.
That's good stuff.
Because they got wicked.
Yeah.
They wick it to the left and they wick it to the right.
Yeah.
Okay? So
wick it. Yeah.
Wick it real good. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, I don't know. Sorry.
Uh-huh.
Okay, the earth from which food comes is transported below as by fire. Lapis lazuli comes from its rocks.
What? Is this still Job? Like, we're reading Job, right? Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know, when I was young, I thought it was lapis lazuli.
Yeah.
I was personally offended when I found out.
Wasn't it just recently that you figured that out?
Probably, but why'd you have to say it like that?
Oh, I don't know. Sorry.
No, it was in my 20s.
Yeah.
And I was really offended because lapis lazuli just...
It's so much more fun.
Than lapis lazuli.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Fuck you. Okay, anyways. That comes from its rocks, and its dust contains nuggets of gold. There's more gold.
Yeah,
see?
More gold.
No bird of prey knows that hidden path. No falcon's eye has seen it. Proud beasts do not set foot on it, and no lion prowls there. This sounds like a Garden of Eden, except that it's a rock garden.
Yeah.
Like for trolls.
Congratulations,
and gnomes.
you guys found rocks that have no actual like meaning to anything except for people who want to make it
into
have
jewelry.
Meaning.
Yeah.
So,
ooh, you wore a shiny. You wore a sparkly.
I don't understand. Like, why did we settle on making inanimate objects our form of tender?
I have no idea.
You know, like, why don't we still do the barter system? To me makes sense.
Yeah. But then everybody has to agree on exactly how many sheep equal exactly how many Dawn dishwasher pods.
But we still do essentially the same thing, just with we attribute value to the items and then pay for them with things that essentially have no value.
Right, because money is pretend.
Right.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
Yeah. There's a whole anti-money movement growing.
Yeah.
I've heard. Oh, that reminds me. Okay, this is really cool. You'll actually like this. There are places, I think in New York is where they said that they're starting, where they have reverse ATMs, because during the pandemic, a lot of stores started saying no money. Like they didn't want to deal with cash because, cash is gross, right?
Okay.
So then there was some law passed or a bill presented at least that was like, guys, you can't exclude dollars because not everybody has like, I don't know, a bank account or a credit card or what the fuck ever.
Right.
Like it's legal tender. You have to accept it. So in order to get around that, certain stores started creating reverse ATMs where you go into the store and you give them the cash into the like ATM, only then it spits out a card so that you have store credit on that card.
Interesting.
So that you don't have cash being exchanged.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I found it very interesting.
Yeah.
And not all stores are charging a fee, but there are some stores that will charge like a $5 fee for
that's bullshit.
Turning your money into.
That's bullshit.
No, I totally agree. But a lot of stores are like, they'll eat the fee because, they get charged per transaction.
Yeah.
On credit cards. So anyway, I just found it really interesting that we are slowly a little bit sometimes trying to create a way for the poor or the unhoused to still be able to spend even in a cashless society.
Yeah.
But cash will still always be king.
Not really.
No?
No.
You don't think?
No.
Why?
Because it's you used to say that about buying a car. It is no longer the case because you get a better deal if you don't use cash. You say that like you can't even use it in certain transactions anymore. I mean,
like I
cash,
just said,
yeah, cash is definitely not king.
But on the black market and underground,
sure,
where the majority of people are at this point,
yeah,
like the underclasses, like us and below, will always need cash.
Sure.
Don't you agree?
No.
You're looking at me like I'm nuts.
Yeah.
But there are so many.
We covered that in the intro, didn't we?
Oh well, yeah. Okay, but there are so many people that, for whatever reason, they can't qualify for a credit card or checking account. And there are so many people that may, for whatever reason, not want their transactions tracked. So cash will always serve a purpose.
Sure. No, it definitely does, but it's definitely not easy to utilize. It's not, you said cash is king, is definitely not king. You cannot, you have an easier time using a card anywhere these days, pretty much.
Okay.
You're more likely to have success with a payment if you have cards.
You think?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's easier to use a card, but I don't think that means that cash is out. Like, everybody likes cash.
Do they? It's extra shit you got to carry around.
All right, that's fair. That is fair.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, back to the rocks and the no lion prowls there.
Okay.
In the rock garden. People assault the flinty rock with their hands and lay bare the roots of the mountains. Where are we going with this?
I don't know. I'm completely like lost here. What we're talking about, even because we're
in a rock garden, and
I think we're in Job, but
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what the fuck's going on.
They tunnel through the rock. Their eyes see all its treasures. They search the sources of the rivers and bring hidden things to light. But where can wisdom be found? Okay, are we like reading this too literally? Because I'm not getting it if it's a metaphor. I'm just a big dumb.
There's a lot of rocks, a lot of metal, a lot of rocks.
And now, where can wisdom be found?
Now, wisdom, yeah.
Where does understanding dwell? Not in a rock garden.
Not in rocks.
That's where you go for Zen.
Yeah.
Yeah. No mortal comprehends its worth. It cannot be found in the land of the living.
Wait, no mortal comprehends wisdom?
No.
Or what was it?
No mortal understands its worth.
What worth? Of what?
The worth of the rocks or
I thought he was just talking about wisdom.
Or wisdom? I don't fucking know. I don't get this. I'm sorry. I'm tired and this is not sinking in.
Apparently.
Okay. You didn't catch it either.
No, that's what I was trying to figure out. Like, that's what I was asking.
Okay, let me They search the sources of the rivers and bring hidden things to light. But where can wisdom be found? Where does understanding dwell? No mortal can understand its worth. It cannot be found in the land of the living.
Right. Understanding and wisdom.
Oh,
those are the
okay.
things that cannot be found and understood, apparently.
Okay.
I definitely don't think that's true, but okay.
Okay.
Because, I mean, I understand wisdom and the value of it. And, you know, I know where, you know, it's definitely valuable.
It is. I will give you that.
Wisdom is valuable.
That's why we pay for college degrees.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. The deep says, "It is not in me."
The deep, huh?
The deep.
Interesting.
Oh my God. On The Boys, there's
God
a character
almighty.
called the Deep.
Yes, there is.
And he says, "It's not in me." The sea says, "It is not with me."
Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't expect to find wisdom in the sea.
Nope. It cannot be bought with the finest gold, nor can its price be weighed out in silver. You keep your silver and gold.
Okay.
It cannot be bought with the gold of Ophir, with precious onyx or lapis lazuli.
Who's Ophir?
I don't fucking know. But
Okay.
that guy got gold.
I guess.
Apparently that's our question of the week.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is Ophir and what the fuck does this chapter mean?
Right?
Okay. I'm so sorry, but this chapter is hard. Don't you agree?
Yeah. No,
Okay.
I'm not following. I mean, I'm not getting what this is, where it's going.
I want to understand the point, but it's not happening here.
Right.
Neither gold nor crystal can compare with it, nor can it be had for jewels of gold. Coral and jasper are not worthy of mention.
No.
The price of wisdom is beyond rubies.
It's beyond those, too. Yeah.
The topaz of Cush cannot
Definitely is
compare
not-
with it.
Yeah. Wisdom is so much better.
It cannot be bought with pure
what the
gold.
fuck is the topaz of Cush, though? Must be a famous
Okay,
topaz.
there's this place called Cush, and they have topaz there.
Okay. All right.
And all that topaz
Well, I thought maybe it
that's
was
in
like
Cush,
a single stone known as the topaz of Cush or something.
I'm assuming that the city of Cush is renowned for its
Got it.
topaz.
Okay, got it.
That's what I would and that they make some fancy topaz over there.
Well, who would know? This is just all coming out of left field here.
And it can't be bought with pure gold.
No,
Again,
definitely not. Yeah.
They are stuck
Probably not
on-
credit cards either.
You're probably right.
Yeah.
Even with a reverse ATM, I bet.
Right, yeah.
Okay. Where then does wisdom come from? Where does understanding dwell?
I bet they'll tell us.
I bet they don't. It's
You don't
the
think so?
Bible.
Well,
they don't
yeah.
like telling us shit.
Yeah.
It is hidden from the eyes of every living thing, concealed even from the birds in the sky.
Why would they hide and conceal such a valuable thing?
As wisdom.
Yeah. Why would God do that to us?
I would think that we should all have wisdom.
Yeah.
Let's all get it.
I want some wisdom.
I like learning things.
Let's find out where to get this wisdom shit.
Yeah, where do you go? And how much is it?
Right.
Destruction and death say, only a rumor of it has reached our ears.
Okay.
God understands the way to it.
I figured that might be.
He
it.
alone knows where it
He
dwells.
alone.
For he views the earth, what does he view? He views the ends of the earth and sees everything under the heavens, except for where was Adam, and then where was,
Yeah.
where was Cain? No, wait, Cain. No, yeah, Cain. Where's your brother, Cain?
Right.
Yeah.
But who was it? Was it Samuel or no? Was it? Who was the wisest? Remember the wisest one?
It was Samuel.
It was Samuel.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, he was so wise. He had a
Okay.
bath. Didn't Samuel have the bath?
I'm trying to remember. I think that's right.
Okay, well, whoever it was, his name started with an S. Because there was a bunch of guys in a row whose name started with S.
Right,
Like
yeah.
Saul and
Well, it wasn't
Samuel. I'm pretty sure it was Samuel.
Okay.
And he had that big C. The
Yeah.
bath was the C.
Was that his?
I think so.
Okay.
And he was wise beyond all.
Okay. Yeah. So he found the wisdom.
He did.
He had it.
He was the wisest.
He was the wisest.
Mm-hmm.
So he must have been rich beyond comparison.
Wait, was Samuel the one with Bathsheba?
That's what I'm trying to remember.
Oh, was it? No. Who did Bathsheba fuck?
I'm trying to remember.
Because that guy was the wisest.
Right.
Who was it?
Yeah.
Bathsheba
it was,
and who was with
King David.
David.
Yeah.
David wasn't the wisest, was he?
No, it was somebody after that.
Oh.
So who was?
Oh, it's the Queen of Sheba that came to see the wise guy. Remember?
Right.
And then she may have been like a queen from Africa, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So who was that one?
That
the
was
Queen of Sheba. Who did she fuck?
It was King Solomon.
Solomon. I told you it started with an S.
Yeah,
But you're right.
It was bugging me. I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Yeah, it wasn't.
We suck. We read these books and we're like, which one is it? Which one is it?
It's one of them guys.
It's one of them guys.
There were so many in a row and they all started with S.
Yeah.
I'm really bad. I can't do it. I
Mhm.
told you at the time I can't do it. And it's badly named. Remember, I told you at the time that that's what they tell you as a writer. Do not make all of your characters have names that start with the same letter.
Yeah, it's confusing.
I can't be held responsible for that.
Confusing.
Okay? That's God's
Samuel,
fault.
I think, had the good hair.
Samuel had the good hair. Yeah, that sounds right.
Right.
Yeah. And then Solomon was wise and he had a bath and he, the Queen of Sheba came to see him and she riddled him.
Yeah.
Riddle me this, bitch. Okay, when he established the force of the wind and measured out the waters, God that is.
Yeah.
When he made a decree for the rain and a path for the thunderstorm, then he looked at wisdom and appraised it.
And he appraised it, huh?
He sees it. It's sitting over there.
Mhm.
And he's like looking at it. And
But he didn't make wisdom?
He appraised it.
I know, but it doesn't say he made it.
Apparently he didn't. He confirmed it and tested it.
So there was something there.
And he didn't know about it till he looked at it, appraised it, confirmed it, and tested it. And then he was like, okay, wisdom.
Interesting.
I have now drawn your measure. I get you now.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And he said to the human race.
Did he?
God did.
Yeah.
Ready?
I'm ready.
The fear of the Lord, that is wisdom. And to shun evil is understanding. The end.
I shun evil.
I do shun evil.
I do not fear the Lord.
But I don't
even
have
believe
wisdom
in him.
nonetheless.
Right. I think I'm pretty wise.
Or you know what? I don't know that I'm necessarily wise, but I seek wisdom. And
Yes.
I think wisdom is a journey, not a destination.
Oh, definitely.
Like you don't just wake up and be like, whoop, I learned all I can learn, so now I'm wise, the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I think that if you are seeking wisdom, you seek it till the end of your days.
I honestly don't think that Christians oftentimes shun evil. Like
they don't.
Trump is fucking evil.
They do not shun evil.
And they just kind of welcome it right in.
To shun evil is understanding.
Right.
That's going to be my new. You need to read this verse and tell me why you're voting for Trump.
Right.
God said to the human race, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom, and to shun evil is understanding.
Right.
So are you telling me that you are not understanding?
They would tell you that evil is you and,
And I would say,
trans
well,
people
I haven't
and-
raped anybody, and I have not been mean to people.
Right.
So.
But you know what? We did get a win recently. Tucker Carlson got fired.
I know.
So that was really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And apparently he didn't even know it was coming because he said, I'll see you Monday when he signed off. And like 10 minutes later, he got shit canned and they were like, no, you won't.
That's so funny.
Right? Yeah.
That is so funny.
But then what they're saying is they have amicably departed
that's what
ways.
they always say.
Yeah.
When you
I want to know what Tucker says. I ain't heard from him
I
yet.
don't really want to know what he says, actually.
I'll be honest. I do. I totally do.
I hope he
I love
fucking
trash
retires and goes away for good.
He won't. You know what? This might free him up to run for president.
Oh, fuck that.
Because he's a smart dummy.
He
know
will.
what I mean?
He will be the fucking next Hitler.
Yes.
If we let that happen.
I guarantee you that is something that is crossing his mind. And I heard somebody today say this does free him up to then say, well, we departed ways amicably because I told them that I wanted to do this. And he might be gathering his forces.
That would be tragic for this country.
That would be very tragic because he is not a dummy. He just pretends to be.
Yeah.
He and his dumb looking face with that dumb look on his dumb face. I mean, he always looks like a puzzled dum-dum.
He really does.
And he's not. He's actually very smart, which is terrifying.
Yeah.
And I hate saying that about anybody.
Right.
That is mean and bad.
Yeah.
But he is.
So did we have anything more to say about the this chapter?
I didn't like it.
Oh, okay.
I didn't like
I
the
didn't
rock
either.
garden.
There was too many fucking rocks.
It really was. Like, yeah, too much stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
All
done.
right.
I'm done.
Well, anyway, that was Job chapter 28.
It sure as dick was. And that's the last time I'll say that. Okay?
All right. And tomorrow we will be back with
Job chapter 29.
We'll see you guys then.
Rock on. Husband!
Wife!
Do you remember what happened yesterday?
There was lots of rocks.
Rocks.
And more rocks.
They were looking for wisdom but couldn't find it.
Yeah.
And then
I don't know why you would look for wisdom in rocks.
Under a rock.
Under a rock?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where a lot of people hide.
Is that where wisdom hides?
Yeah.
God could barely find wisdom. He didn't even make it.
It's true.
And he just saw it sitting over there.
And assessed it.
And assessed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last sentence was the fear of the Lord. That is wisdom.
Right.
Which
I don't think that's wisdom.
That's not wisdom.
No.
Wisdom has nothing to do with fear of anything. It has to do with seeking knowledge.
Right. Yeah.
Like, you're using the wrong word.
Yeah. That was dumb.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like that chapter.
I didn't either.
Although I do feel like we might have to look into it more for a Q&A.
Yeah. Because it was out of
hard to
nowhere and
follow.
weird.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was Job chapter 28.
Sure as fuck was.
And today we'll be reading
Job chapter 29.
All right. Let's do this.
Oh, I thought you had a shout out.
Oh, yeah, I do. That's right. We have a new patron.
Yay!
Their name is Polly.
Polly, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for becoming a patron. This has been happening more and more recently, which is great because we had a break even point last year, but then we switched to a different podcast service provider, and now we're just again hitting close to the break even point.
So your support,
you guys are really
means
helping
everything.
us get where we need to be, at least to sustain what we're doing.
Yes.
So thank you so much, Polly. It is very, very much appreciated. And if you would like to become a patron, you can help us out by going to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse, and you can sign up for as low as $2 a month, and you'll get ad-free episodes, early access to the episodes, and our special Patreon episodes.
Yep, and your very own shout out.
And your very own shout out.
Just like Polly got.
Thank
you
Polly.
again, Polly.
Thanks, Polly.
Okay, Job chapter 21.
Okay.
I mean 29.
29, wow.
I don't know why I said
We're
21.
going backwards. Shit.
Hell
Never get this
no.
shit done.
Hell no. Job continues his discourse. Ready?
Does he?
Yeah.
We continue our discourse too.
We do.
It's sacrilegious even.
His isn't so much sacrilegious.
Yeah.
How I long for the months gone by, for the days when God watched over me, when his lamp shone on my head, and by his light I walked through darkness.
And when he didn't kill all my kids.
Oh, for the days when I was in my prime, when God's intimate friendship blessed my house, when the Almighty was still with me and my children were around me.
Yeah, that was good times.
Good
back
times. When my path was drenched with cream and the rock poured out for me streams of olive oil.
I love it when rock. And we have all these rocks that pour out streams of olive oil. Have you ever seen them?
No, I had to buy a bottle of olive oil from the store.
So you've never seen rocks that pour out olive oil?
No, not even once. And
If anybody has, I want to know.
I've lived a lot of places, and
You even lived in Italy.
I did.
Yeah.
And that's
what you would think if you're going to see like olive oil producing rocks.
Yeah.
That's where you might find them, right?
Yeah, but no. nor did I ever experience a path drenched with cream, except there was one time that an 18-wheeler fell over and it was filled with cases of Alfredo sauce.
Was this something you actually saw yourself?
No, but it did happen here in Ohio.
Oh, okay.
And so you could say that highway was a path
filled with cream.
Drenched with cream.
Yeah. It was, yeah.
One might say that.
One might. I guess that could happen.
That could
Although
happen.
I don't think there was a lot of Alfredo sauce being transported on semi-trucks back then.
Probably not.
So
I'm just putting it out there that is a thing that happened.
But paths might have been smaller because they were just walk paths.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody might have just had like a jar of Alfredo sauce.
Yeah.
So
like one of those ceramic vases that like a mud clay
it could have
jar.
Happened. It could have happened.
And they dropped it.
Yeah.
And then the path was drenched with cream.
Could have happened.
But
the olive oil rocks,
coming,
I don't know about all that.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't tell you about that.
Yeah, I don't think that's true.
No, I don't think it is either.
Yeah.
When I went to the gate of the city and I took my seat in the public square, the young men saw me and stepped aside, and the old men rose to their feet. The chief men refrained from speaking and covered their mouths with their hands.
Why?
Because I was awesome. I'm
no
Job and I'm awesome.
No one's that fucking awesome.
No?
No.
You don't think
Not
so?
a soul. No.
Okay, I agree. The voices of the nobles were hushed, and their tongues stuck to the roofs of their mouths.
Really? It sounds like they need some water.
Or
that's like,
yeah.
You must be pretty perched to have them stick to the top of your mouth.
They ate too much peanut butter.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was.
Have you ever put peanut butter on a dog's mouth?
Yes.
It's funny watching, or on a dog's nose, and then they lick it off.
Yeah.
That's funny. Whoever heard me spoke well of me, and those who saw me commended me. Okay. Because I rescued the poor who cried for help, and the fatherless who had none to assist them.
So you did all those good things that they accused you of doing the exact opposite of when your friends were yelling at you?
Yeah, I was...
And apparently everybody knew this, so like, how did they think that he did something else?
It must have been something sneaky, underhanded.
All right.
You know?
Yeah.
Clearly, he was just putting on a show of good, is what they're thinking.
I guess.
The one who was dying blessed me. I made the widow's heart sing. Yeah, you did. I put on righteousness as my clothing, but not humility, apparently.
Right.
Justice was my robe and my turban, but I left my humility at home.
Yeah. Does it say that?
No.
Oh, you just added that.
I did add that because if he wore humility, he wouldn't be talking about how awesome he was.
Right. No, it's true.
I'm just saying. I mean, okay, it's like if you give $1 to like a home unhoused person on the street, right? You don't go home and be like, I single-handedly helped a homeless person today. I am awesome and righteous.
No, I feel like if you're helping someone, I mean, it's not that I think everybody's at some point probably bragged about helping somebody. Like, it's like, at some level. I'm not saying like, but I mean, generally speaking, I do things that I don't feel the need to brag about. I'm like, I just do this or do that.
That's a humble brag, and a humble brag is just another word for braggy brag.
But like, if I donated to NPR, I'd definitely tell you, hey, I donated to NPR.
But would you tell like everybody that you knew?
No.
No, I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
That's the difference. He's like, everybody knows my awesomeness.
Right, that's true.
And I'm like, that's not right then. You're doing it wrong.
Right.
Every individual person should be able to say, yeah, he's a really nice guy. I've seen him do some really great things. But it shouldn't be that the entire group of them is then like, here comes that awesome guy who donates to stuff.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
But we do love our awesome people who donate to us.
We do. but they don't brag about it.
They don't.
We brag about it for them because we're so grateful.
Yeah. Definitely.
And they don't have to walk around saying, I donated to Sacrilegious Discourse. I am righteous and upstanding. That's all I'm saying. I was eyes to the blind and feet to the lame. That sounds like a good name for a band. Eyes to the blind. Right? Yeah. Feet to the lame, but I really like eyes to the blind. Good, yeah. I was a father to the needy. I took up the case of the stranger. I broke the fangs of the wicked and snatched the victims from their teeth.
Boy, you sound like you were really just like all over the place doing all kinds of good shit.
It's like he's Superman.
Right?
I don't believe him.
I don't either. This is too much.
This is too much. You know what? If God talked about him like this, that'd be one thing. Like, oh my goodness, look at this guy, my man Job.
Right.
He doing all this
I
good
feel like
stuff.
he's just a little bit of a braggart here.
He's doing the humble brag, I'm telling you.
Right.
I'm not for it, Job. I liked you before you started bragging about your goodness.
Yeah.
I thought, I will die in my own house, my days as numerous as the grains of sand. False.
Right.
Then you thought wrong.
Yeah.
My roots will reach to the water, and the dew will lie all night on my branches. Who said dew? I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want dew on me, but he wanted dew on him.
Okay.
My glory will not fade. The bow will be ever new in my hand.
The bow?
The bow, the bow.
The bow?
The bow? I
The
thought
bow
it was
to the bow?
the bang, digga, digga.
Yeah, I don't know.
People listen to me expectantly, waiting in silence for my counsel. Okay, then.
Yeah.
After I had spoken, they spoke no more. My words fell gently on their ears.
This guy really thinks a lot of himself.
He really
or
does.
His previous self, anyway.
Like, maybe God took you down a notch because you're a bragger.
You needed it, yeah.
I mean, okay, having your 10 kids killed and covered in boils, that was more notch than necessary.
Yeah, no, definitely.
They waited for me as for showers and drank in my words as the spring rain.
I just can't imagine me. Okay, let's say I was as good as Job, right? I couldn't imagine lamenting myself like this.
Yeah.
Like, it's just
That's
such
not the right word.
Oh, sorry.
Like, lamenting
Extolling
who you used
my-
to be.
my
yeah,
virtues
extolling
like
your
this.
virtues. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I'm just thinking, like, even when I wrote something that I knew was really, really good when I was in school, and, like, I would come home and be like, I wrote this really great paper, but I wouldn't be like, and it was so good that I, should get a Pulitzer Prize or whatever.
Right.
Like, come on now.
Right.
When I smiled at them, they scarcely believed it. The light of my face was precious to them. I chose the way for them and sat as their chief.
This guy sounds like one step shy of a god.
Yeah.
I mean, if you ask me.
No wonder God was like, yeah, you can do with them as you will. I mean.
He's getting a little too close to my throne here.
I dwelt as a king among his troops. I was like one who comforts mourners. The end.
Okay.
You were awesome and knew it.
Apparently.
Yeah, I'm not a fan, Joe.
I don't like you. If you're that awesome, you don't brag about every single goddamn thing you did.
No.
That's ridiculous.
You were so awesome that you lacked humility. Then you weren't awesome.
Right.
Sorry.
I mean, honestly, if you're examining yourself, you would be looking at all the things that
you did
might
wrong.
be. Yeah.
Like, maybe you could say, I thought I was one who helped the needy, but I must have overlooked somebody.
Right.
Or you could say...
Yeah, there's ways to say the same thing, but in a more humble way.
Humble way, yeah. Like you could say, everybody came to me for advice, and so I thought I was so helpful, but, maybe I was too proud of my voice. And maybe I gave somebody bad advice, and I need to go back and re-examine all of that.
Yeah.
Like, see, you could take every single one of these things that he bragged about and turn it around into, I thought I was good, but maybe I missed a step.
Right.
And he's not doing that.
But he's just assuming that he didn't.
He's like, no, I'm awesome.
Right.
God punished me for nothing. I'm awesome.
I don't know. Vain seems like something that you could be punished for.
Yeah.
So.
Vainglory. Yeah.
I don't know.
Not a fan.
I'm a little bit worried for him here because I feel like maybe he didn't see this bit. Yeah. But I know this. But even God said he's good and blah blah blah.
Upstanding, blameless man.
So I know that's not the case, but like that was just too much.
That was too much. It's like when they said that Solomon was the smartest ever.
Right.
I'm like, come on, you guys. Nobody's the best. Nobody's the worst. Okay, they're all shades of nuance. God.
Right.
Okay. That's enough of that.
Yep. All right. Well, that was Job chapter 29.
Sure as fuck was.
And we will be back tomorrow with
Job chapter 30.
All right. We'll see you guys then.
Bye. Husband.
Wife.
Do you remember what happened yesterday?
Yeah. Job was going on and on about himself and how amazing he is.
How amazing he was.
He was. Yes. Not
before
is.
the
Sorry.
fall.
I misspoke there.
You did.
Yep.
Yeah. He was like, remember those days when I was awesome? I was like the nicest guy ever, and I did all the nice things that nice guys do because I was nice.
Yeah, he seemed like he was nicer than nice. He was like the nicest fucker that ever niced.
Yeah, he did niceness.
A lot.
A lot.
And
according
to
him.
And then even some more.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It was a bit insufferable, quite honestly.
Speaking of nice, I've got something nice to share.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. We have a new patron.
What?
Again?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so we'd like to send a big thank you to Ree.
Ree, thank you.
And they are our newest subscriber, and they're from France.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. And they said that they're listening to us as they're working on their home renovations. So
Aww.
We hope your home renovations are going good. And I will do my best to laugh in this episode for you. And wife will definitely do some
feminist
additions.
Yeah.
So.
And if when you're finished renovating your house, you want some more work, you can always come do our house.
Yeah.
Because we're
totally
always
open to that.
Yeah, we're always looking for renovations.
Yeah. And if you also would like to help support our podcast, you can do that by going to patreon.com /sacrilegious discourse.
Are you okay over there?
I guess not. Yeah. And we have levels starting as low as $2 a month, and you get our ad-free content, our early episodes, and you get our special Patreon episodes.
You do, and they're a hoot and a holler.
Yeah. So again, thank you, Ree, for subscribing on Patreon for us.
Thank you so much. Honestly, it just means the world to us.
And with that being said, we were just going over Job chapter 29.
Sure as fuck were.
Today, we're going to be going over
Job chapter 30.
All right, let's go do this.
Okie dokie. Okay, Job chapter 20.
Okay.
30.
30. I mean, there was a zero in there.
I've been having a hard time with numbers because I fucked this up yesterday too. So 30, chapter 30.
Right.
Okay. Job is still talking. Okay.
Okay.
So he's continuing his sentence.
Got it.
But.
Right?
Yeah. Now they mock me. Men younger than I, whose fathers I would have disdained to put with my sheepdogs.
Oh.
Damn.
Man,
who's judgy?
Right? You're kind of an asshole.
Of what use was the strength of their hands to me, since their vigor had gone from them? Haggard from want and hunger, they roamed the parched land in desolate wastelands at night. In the brush they gathered salt herbs, and their food was the root of the broom bush. Broom bush.
Broom bush. Do you think they made brooms
We
out of
already...
Did we?
Yeah. That was a thing that happened already.
Oh.
And we were like, do brooms grow on trees?
What was the answer?
The branches are broom-like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
They were banished from human society, shouted at as if they were thieves. They were forced. They were forced.
Jesus.
Sorry, I'm having a hard time. Shut up. I'm still better than you.
Yeah, that's why I don't do the reading.
I know. So you don't get to make fun of me, asshole.
But that's what I do.
It is what you do,
Yeah,
you're right.
Yeah.
They were forced to live in the dry stream beds, among the rocks and in holes in the ground.
He's talking about these people that are making fun of him, right? Like these are
guess.
the people that he would have like.
Men younger than I. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
These young boys are making fun of me.
But apparently, like
they're calling me
like,
bald.
These guys are the lowest of the low.
They're pieces of shit, man.
But these guys are making fun of me.
Yeah.
Like these guys.
Yeah.
That's kind of shitty.
It really is.
Like, wow, man.
Like, you like yourself a little too well, sir.
Yeah, you're kind of fucked up right now, and you're still judging them, and you obviously judged them before.
Yeah, and it's like just because you acted nice didn't mean your heart was nice,
right?
And God tried to tell us readers that you were an upright, blameless dude, but
you
the
kind of
truth
seem a little bit judgy.
You're an asshole.
Yeah.
In your heart, you're
right.
an asshole.
Yeah.
They brayed among the bushes and huddled in the undergrowth, a base and nameless brood. They were driven out of the land. And now those young men mock me in song. I have become a byword among them.
Wow.
They detest me and keep their distance. They do not hesitate to spit in my face.
Wow.
Now, how are they spitting in your face if they're keeping their distance?
Yeah, I don't know. I think we're just throwing out shit here.
He's giving us word salad.
Yeah.
They're gross. They're ugly. They're not good.
It's, all those bad things, it's all those.
Yeah.
It's everything bad.
Mm-hmm. Now that God has unstrung my bow and afflicted me, they throw off restraint in my presence. On my right, the tribe attacks. They lay snares for my feet. They build their siege ramps against me. They break up my road. They succeed in destroying me. No one can help them, they say. They advance as through a gaping breach. Amid the ruins, they come rolling in.
Got it. This is very
poetically imagery
stupid.
Driven. Yeah.
I mean, is this stuff really happening? Because,
I don't
so far,
think so.
this whole fucking book so far, he's been talking to his fucking friends.
Well, 3 guys who are friends with each other at the very least.
Right.
I don't know if they're his friends.
But, this is an awful lot. When he's going over the bad shit that's happened to him, he's mentioning a lot of bad shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how much, when did this all happen?
When did this all happen? Yeah. Terrors overwhelm me. Do they? My dignity is driven away as by the wind. My safety vanishes like a cloud. And now my life ebbs away. Days of suffering grip me. Night pierces my bones. My gnawing pains never rest. In his great power, God becomes like clothing to me. He binds me like the neck of my garment. He throws me into the mud, and I am reduced to dust and ashes.
Yeah.
I cry out to you, God, but you do not answer. I stand up, but you merely look at me. You turn on me ruthlessly. With the might of your hand, you attack me. You snatch me up and drive me before the wind. You toss me about in the storm. So he's back to saying, God is being so mean to me, but I'm not going to call him a dick, even though he's being a dick.
Yeah.
I know you will bring me down to death, to the place appointed for all the living. Surely no one lays a hand on a broken man when he cries for help in his distress.
But he just said it. It's death happens to all the living.
Mm-hmm.
It's not unique to him in this moment.
Right.
It's just something that happens to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't understand why he's making it seem like his case is special and unique.
Right.
If death is coming for you, it comes for all of us. So it's not a surprise exactly. It's just that sucks for you.
Well, I think he's mostly upset about what's happening to him while he's living, though.
Sure. No, I get it. But he's also trying to not mock God and also be a judgmental fuck. And at the same time, I don't know, I'm liking him less as we're going along.
Me too.
And
Me too. Before he started talking about how awesome he is, I thought he was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because he was standing up to God without being totally, shitty about it. He was like, this is bullshit. I didn't do anything to deserve this.
He's kind of torn between multiple ideas.
Yeah.
But the multiple ideas are no longer forgivable.
Right.
They were forgivable earlier on when he was talking about, how he was feeling and stuff about the situation.
But now he's not talking about how he's feeling. Now he's just
he's talking about what's happening.
And all those other people that are being mean to me, they suck. And how dare those dum-dums be mean to me? And it's ugh.
Yeah. Maybe you deserve this a little bit more than you thought you did. But I'm not saying you deserved it, but I mean, Jesus.
Yeah.
Chill, dude.
You're not making your case at this point. At least not to me.
Right.
Have I not wept for those in trouble?
I mean, you were just judging them.
I know. What? Has not my soul grieved for the poor? You were just calling them dogs and mongrels.
Right.
So I don't know.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. This is why I'm not liking this. I'm like, come on, dude.
Your words did your heart? I don't know.
You like to say you're a good, upstanding person, but the way you were talking about those people that are making fun of you now doesn't make me feel like you were as good as you think you were.
Right. There's actions, but then there's your heart. And yeah, you walked the walk, but your heart did not talk the talk.
Right.
And, it's supposed to be both. It's supposed to be that you act good because your heart is good. Not you act good, but you harbor shitty thoughts and you're only acting good because you want to look good.
Again, I don't know the exact outcome of Job. I don't. I have an idea of what it is, but I feel like we're supposed to think that Job is the ultimate upstanding human being, right?
That's what I've been led to believe.
And I'm not exactly seeing that right now.
Me neither.
And I'm not, again, I get it. He's had a lot of shit happen, but
yeah,
if you're saying these things about people, you're not as good as you think you are.
right.
So,
I'm not saying that you deserve to have had your 10 children die.
Right. No, definitely
Because
not.
that's horrible.
Right.
I would never wish that on somebody. But I can think that and still think that you're kind of an asshole.
Right.
I'm sorry that happened to that asshole.
Yeah.
Is what I would say.
You don't get to call people an asshole and then be like, but I love God. And then it's all, all
Yeah.
good. Like, what is that?
I gave him some alms. What? Yet when I hoped for good, evil came. When I looked for light, then came darkness. Now he's acting like I was good. I'm owed good.
Right.
And that's not correct either, sir.
Yeah.
The churning inside me never stops. Days of suffering confront me. I go about blackened, but not by the sun. I stand up in the assembly and cry for help. I have become a brother of jackals, a companion of owls. My skin grows black and peels. My body burns with fever. My lyre is tuned to mourning, and my pipe to the sound of wailing. The end. I'm just like, okay.
He's got it so bad. So bad.
Yeah, he bewails his present affliction is what this is called. And yeah, he sure is, isn't he?
Yeah.
But it sounded less like he was bewailing his present affliction so much as he was bewailing other fuckfaces that he thinks should be suffering worse than him.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is not a good chapter for Job, in my opinion.
No, me neither, because basically he has admitted, I only do good acts because I think that that's what's expected of me, not because it's what's in my heart.
Right.
And also I have a little bit of vengeance in me because I think that other dick faces should be punished more than me.
Right.
And also, I'm so awesome. I'm owed great gifts. And it's like, then you did it for the wrong reason.
Right.
Which, makes a great case for the atheist who doesn't do good for gifts and doesn't avoid evil for fear of punishment.
Right.
Yeah. Like, when atheists are good, they just think it's the right thing to do, period.
Yeah.
And when they don't do bad, like when they, I don't know, not murder and not rape and not pillage.
It's them not doing those things.
Yeah. Not because they're scared of punishment or want a reward. They just have good morals.
I've literally had somebody on Twitter tell me that if it wasn't for God, that they would rape and kill.
That's terrifying.
And I'm
honestly.
like, what?
Yeah.
What is wrong with you?
Like, I'm pretty sure I need to call 911 right now because it sounds to me like you're on the verge of committing a crime.
Right. Yeah.
Like, wait till I tell you that God doesn't exist.
I'm just like, what do you mean? I can't even wrap my head around that.
Me neither.
Like, that's just so fucking ridiculous.
You're only not being bad because you're scared that you'll get caught.
Yeah.
You're scared that you'll get punished.
That's the only thing keeping some people apparently in line at all.
That's
which is, I mean, if that's where you're at, if you're listening to this podcast and that's where you're at, just keep worshiping God.
Yeah.
Please.
Honestly.
Because holy shit.
Yeah. I don't need you out here adding to the rapey murder scene.
Yeah. No, definitely not.
Ooh.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, that was Job chapter 30.
Sure as fuck was.
And tomorrow is Saturday.
So we will be doing Sacrilegious Book Club.
Incorrect.
Nuh-uh.
Incorrect.
We did a Patreon. Oh, no, you're right. Tomorrow is Q&A Saturday. And then Sunday is Sacrilegious Book Club. You're right. And then the weekly replay.
Yep. And then on Monday, we'll be back with
Job chapter 31.
All right. We'll see you guys then.
And husband is right, and he is smart, and I am dumb, and he is pretty, and I'm ugly. There.
And we'll just end it right there.
Yep. Husband!
Wife!
Do you know what today is?
Well, it's Saturday.
Yeah, so we're doing a Q&A Saturday.
Awesome. What are we Qing and Aing today?
Okay, so we had 3 basic questions.
3?
3.
Just 3.
The gold of Ophir, the fuck is that?
Okay.
Something about rocks with cream, the fuck is that?
Right, yeah.
And then, the fuck did I just read?
I mean, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was how I felt.
Yeah.
So we're talking about that one chapter with all the rocks and gold and the fucking bullshit?
Those are 2 different chapters.
Okay. Well,
But
whatever.
yes.
That bullshit.
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to cover that bullshit today.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I guess let's go find out what it is.
In Job chapters 26 through 30.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's go do that.
Let us tomato. Okay, so in answering those first 2 questions, I thought we would go through each of the chapters a little bit like I did last time, just to give and that's what that was about.
What were those first 2 questions again?
The gold of Ophir and the rocks with the cream.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
So I'll get to those when I get to those.
Got it.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So in chapter 26, we had Job's rebuke to his friends, his rejection of Bildad's arguments, and his praise for God's majestic power.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
And so that chapter basically contains Job's praise to God, emphasizing his belief in the big view of God controlling his world. So he's like, God is awesome and controls everything, although he can't understand how his suffering could possibly be part of God's good plan.
Right.
So it was that whole 2 dueling ideas that he was trying to convey.
Yeah, and he's in for a big surprise if he ever finds out.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I hope he learns.
Right? Like, wouldn't you be so fucking pissed?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I really hope he learns what happened.
That's, you know what? It'd be, like, I'd love to see, this is what I want to see. I want to see Job hold his faith the whole way through, and then when he finds out, he's like, dude, fuck you.
Yeah.
The fuck is this shit? You fucking kidding me?
Bullshit.
It was a goddamn bet with the devil?
Like, I still believe in you, obviously, because you clearly allowed this to happen to me.
Right, but I call bullshit, man.
That's not cool. I don't know that I'm going to work. I got to take a day.
Right? Yeah.
Worship
Definitely
you.
need a day.
God is great. God is good. Fuck you. Okay, so moving on. Chapter 27. Okay. Job again insists on his integrity. Remember, we commented on how he thinks he's awesome.
Yeah.
So he resumes his speech with a complaint that God's denial to him, that God's denial to provide him justice has greatly impacted him emotionally. He's like losing his mind.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
And God has made his life bitter.
Right.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because, like, not only did you do these things, which sucks enough, but now I'm being made to feel like I brought it on myself and you're not explaining it to me.
Right.
So that makes it even worse.
Sure.
And, you know, you've left me alone in my greatest hour of need.
But I mean, I have to ask this too. Like, is there some expectation of God explaining things that are happening to people in this time and place?
I have no idea, honestly.
Does God explain things to a lot of people, or is just Job special that way too?
I don't know. I mean, we have no indication that God has ever talked to Job before.
Right.
But Job feels like up until now, he's been a pretty decent guy and been rewarded rightly for it.
Okay.
I mean, that's basically that whole thing where we're like, dude, you're bragging about yourself.
Yeah.
You know, he was bragging about himself, but to convey, I was a good guy and I had all the prizes that come with it.
Right.
And to my knowledge, I've done nothing to change that and yet. So I really think I'm owed an explanation.
Sure. Okay.
So, I mean, it's kind of like how rich people are in their bubble and they don't understand anything. So when their bubble bursts, they're like, excuse you, somebody explain this to me?
Right.
So Job claims a clear conscience, free of reproach, and he is still seeking God to vindicate his integrity and righteousness. So he wants God to confirm, yeah, you are a good guy. This just sucks, and here's the reason why.
Right.
So then in the same chapter, God accuses his friends of being among the wicked by going against him. So he's like, I'm not bad, you're bad.
Job does, right?
Yeah. Job is like, y'all are shitty friends, and if you're accusing me of all this, I'm pretty sure you're the ones that are bad.
Right.
And he states the future of the wicked. He explains where the wicked go, what happens to them. And according to Job, the wicked will eventually be driven out by God, although for a while they seemingly prosper and they'll be swept away without pity.
Right.
But you and I had a hard time with that chapter because it's like, but we all die.
Yeah.
You're saying they'll be swept away, but by that measure, we're all swept away.
Yeah.
So
right.
That was one of the chapters that we were like, I don't think we got the right message. This really didn't sum it up well for me.
Right.
Like,
And really, Judaism is really vague on the whole afterlife thing.
mm-hmm.
Like, we kind of covered that in one of our things that we've gone over already.
Yeah.
But, like, they don't have a great idea of what follows exactly. I mean, there is an idea, but it came later, and it's not solidified.
Yeah, the early forms of Judaism did not have a lot of need, I feel like, to know about the afterlife.
Well, I feel like early religions were more functional. Like, worship the rain god or the crop god or whatever.
Functional is a really good way of describing. They were very concerned about surviving the here and now.
Right.
And so the gods that they worshipped had to do with the here and now. Not what is my purpose, and not how was the earth formed, and where do we come from, and not where are we going.
You ain't got time for that immortality crap.
Right. The before and after were not important. It was just the day-to-day bullshit.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's not until we had more leisure time. So one might say that irrigation and stopping this, what is it called when people like travel instead of remain on a farm? Nomadic, right. When nomadic lifestyles stopped and we started irrigation and heavy farming,
right, that
is when we were bringing the environment to us instead of us going to the environment, and
allow us more time to contemplate our
lives. our role, our purpose, or how did we get here and where are we going.
Right.
So it's just, was it a good thing? I don't know if it was or not, but
I mean, as far as progress goes, we've made a lot of progress, but we're also ruining the planet. So,
and some of us are just as stupid as ever.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's what I mean. Like, we've come so far and yet.
Right.
So in chapter 28,
your numbers are not working.
They're not. Like, the last 3 chapters, I just like spit out, my mouth just says whatever number it wants. Like, honestly, I'm kind of concerned. Oh. Okay, so chapter 28.
Yeah.
Is an interlude, okay? And this is where one of our questions is. It's a poem on wisdom. And remember, we kind of were like, this feels different from the other chapters, and this is a weird one, and it feels very poetic.
This was the Golden Rock one, right?
Or yes, I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. I'll get into that in a minute, but yes, that was this chapter.
Okay.
And it just like fell out of place.
Yeah.
Guess what?
It was.
That's because it's out of place. Yes, yes.
Go figure.
So let me talk to you a little bit about the chapter, and then I'm going to get into some of the other stuff, okay?
Yeah.
So in this weird poem that's just stuck in the middle there, it goes over the achievements of humanity and how human searching cannot find wisdom, right?
Okay.
We're not going to be able to find it.
Except for that, except for, what's his face?
God. And
well, no, but the one guy that's the wisest of all.
Oh, yeah.
Solomon.
Solomon found it.
Yeah.
He wasn't even looking.
Right?
Yeah. So there was a lot of comparison to mining in that chapter.
Yeah.
And the analogy we were supposed to take away was that mining requires delving deep into the dark places to produce beautiful products from rocks or dust. A principle that can be applied to the search for wisdom that brings hidden things to light.
Okay. I can appreciate that to some degree, but man, they muddled that fucking analogy there.
I mean, I'm not great at interpreting poetry in the first place.
Right.
But that was just beyond my ken.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like when it comes to like deep and Bible, there's a disconnect there. And, I mean, I know it's there, but it feels like you have to try real hard to figure out what it is. And I'm like, I wasn't alive 2,000 years ago. I don't know.
Right.
And I know that's a little bit, whatever.
Well, here's the thing too, with regard to, I'll get into that in a minute.
Okay. Yeah.
Forget what I said.
I forgot it already.
Okay. So the rest of this chapter, it covers humans cannot buy wisdom, and also they do not value it. So not only can't we purchase it, we also have no value for
find
it.
that to be very true, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Like I mean, obviously you can't buy wisdom. Like that's not.
It's not a
it's not
material object,
right? And I find that when you try to impart wisdom on other people, they are very not. They don't accept it.
Well, here's the thing, because it's your wisdom. You
Right.
can't give it away.
Right.
It's not their wisdom. They have to discover it for themselves.
No, I know, and it's it's that old adage that you can't change people. Like
you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. And,
right.
Everyone has their own path, and we all have to learn our own way.
Yeah, and you can tell somebody till you're blue in the face what is correct and right, and the wisdom that you have about that thing.
Mm-hmm.
But until they learn it themselves and decide themselves to do it, they will never do it, never accept it.
Exactly. So, God knows the way to wisdom was the last bit of that chapter.
Yeah, sure. He saw it over there in the distance or whatever.
And he assessed it.
Yeah, he assessed it.
That still annoys me. Fuck you. Okay, so
I just wonder, the way they said that implies that he did not create wisdom.
Right.
Which kind of is an interesting thing to think about insofar as we're talking about the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
So
very interesting.
Yeah.
I would like to get into that sometime, but I think that would be harder to quantify as a search.
Right, but I feel like God wanted to take credit for how wise Solomon was because it was, he was God's dude, right?
Right.
But if he didn't create it, then
it didn't
come from him.
Right.
So there's certain aspects about that I find a little bit intriguing if we really delved into it.
I do want us both to keep in mind as we are going through these, though, that it may be an interpretation problem.
No, and that for sure.
It may not have been phrased that way in a different interpretation. Or translation.
Entirely. I get that entirely. Like
okay.
that's not I understand. I find, I don't know. It's there's so much that I don't like about what religion has done to our society.
Yes.
That I find it hard not to
nitpick it.
No,
totally. I totally agree. I just want to make sure that we keep in mind that there is enough to hate on,
right?
That we don't have to be nitpicky.
Sure.
And that seems to be, to me, one of those that it might be more difficult to find because it's just not really a fucking question that matters.
Ultimately, yeah, exactly.
So that I don't mean to poo-poo on your irritation or say your thoughts don't matter. That's not what I mean at all by that.
No, I got you.
Okay.
I got you.
Okay.
There's more immediate things we can cover and more immediate, shitstorms that are in the Bible. So
speaking of which, let's get into the gold of Ophir.
Okay.
What the fuck is gold of Ophir?
No fucking clue.
Okay. So Ophir was mentioned in Genesis chapter 10, which is the Table of Nations. So I don't know if you recall that it had that whole table that told all the different people who they were descended from, the tribes of Israel, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
So Ophir in Genesis chapter 10 is said to be the name of one of the sons of Joktan.
Okay.
So I don't really remember Joktan that much, but he was one of them guys early on.
One of those guys. Got it.
So that's just a neat little aside.
Yeah.
But let's get into Ophir.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
It's a port or region famous for its wealth. King Solomon received a shipment from Ophir every 3 years.
Oh.
And that was mentioned in 1 Kings chapter 10.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I don't remember that it was Ophir, but I do remember that he received a shipment from somewhere.
Right, I remember that as well.
And his shipments consisted of gold, silver, sandalwood, pearls, ivory, apes, and peacocks.
Got it.
You remember that?
Yeah. Well, I don't remember the peacocks and the apes, but I remember the gold and silver.
See, I remember the peacock and the apes because I was like, he is having them animals shipped over there. That is crazy. So it was a city, and it was a very rich city.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it was mentioned before. We just didn't pick it up because it wasn't described as that.
Right.
Okay. So listen to this. It's so interesting. In 1946, an inscribed pottery shard was found in modern day Tel Aviv, dating to the 8th century BC. And it bears in Paleo Hebrew script the text, Gold of Ophir 2/4 Beth Horon 30 shekels.
Oh, wow.
The find confirms that Ophir was indeed a place from which gold was fucking imported.
Wow.
How about that?
That
Yeah?
is really cool, actually.
Okay, I've got an even better one. Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
In 1976, so this is the year after I was born. So this is in my fucking lifetime. The United States Department of Interior announced that a team formed by the United States Geological Survey, together with experts from Saudi Arabia, believes it has a fairly airtight case that Ma'ad ad-Dahab, or the Cradle of Gold in Saudi Arabia, is the biblical Ophir.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's really neat.
Yeah.
Interesting.
How about that?
Yeah.
It did exist, and it's probably a city in Saudi Arabia referred to as the Cradle of Gold.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. So I just, that kind of shook me a little.
Yeah.
But there were questions about where the city was located, and they were suggesting various places like Africa, various places like India, but in 1976, they pretty much settled on Saudi Arabia.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, I wanted to say another thing about this poem.
Okay.
That is just like here randomly.
Yeah.
There's some arguments that the same person that wrote Job, if it was Job himself, did not write this chapter.
Got it. So it's just like an ill-placed thing.
Mm-hmm.
Not ill-placed, but like a...
Yeah. And it is
They
ill-placed.
shunted it in there.
Yes. Some people, or some Bibles, I should say, place it at the end of Job, and some say that it's not biblically accurate at all, and they remove it.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a lot of controversy over this chapter.
Got it.
Which I found very interesting.
Yeah.
And I was not expecting that. But
right.
I do like that you and I were like, this chapter is weird.
I mean, it is
weird. And it is.
Right.
So we were on the right track.
Yeah.
We're dum-dums, but we're not complete and utter dum-dums.
Good on us.
Yes.
I guess.
So let's go back to our chapter, though, and finish it out. Chapter 28, we're still on.
Okay.
So only God knows the location and nature of wisdom. And he also makes it known to others. Okay.
Okay.
So yay. So further on in the ending of chapter 28, the fear of God and wisdom. The entire refrain of this poem asks the question, where shall wisdom be found? And then the closing statement apparently gives the answer, which is the fear of the Lord. That is wisdom.
Which we called bullshit.
We did. We did call it that. Yeah.
And I still call bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's crap.
No, totally agree. And then just to reiterate, since the tone of Job 28 is calm by comparison to the other ones where he's like in anguish.
Yeah.
And he's like so insulting or just pulling his hair out and ripping his sackcloth or what the fuck ever.
Yeah.
There is debate about whether Job is really the speaker of the whole chapter. And another thing that I didn't write down, but I recall reading is that also the phrasing of it, which this might bore you to tears, but of course, as a writer, I just was like, whoa, that's interesting. A lot of the other chapters had like a third party outside the narrative saying, and Job continued. Right at the beginning of the chapter when it went from Job talking in one chapter to Job talking in the next chapter. Sure. Right? But this poem does not do that. It just starts in the middle of just nowhere.
The rest of it, yeah.
Yeah. So that's that whole like grammarly, keeping track of the way you write and keeping it the same from chapter to chapter. And, when there's a difference, it's not that they fucked up so much as that it probably is out of place.
Right.
So the next part is Job's summing shit up. Okay. And that actually goes from chapter 29 all the way through chapter 31, which we haven't read yet.
Oh, okay. All right. Yep.
But in chapter 29, this whole part is framed by Job's longing for a restored relationship with God.
Yeah.
So again, he's like so back and forth. He's like, this sucks. God sucks. I demand an answer. Oh, you're awesome, though. It's so wish-washy. It's giving me fucking whiplash,
Yeah.
So the first part of chapter 29, right? He's going over his former blessings, and it's a description of Job's relationship with God and his family and personal circumstances prior to all this happening.
Okay.
And it's his friendship with God that Job desperately misses.
Right.
Okay. So in that bit, that's when we talk about the rock poured out cream.
Yeah.
So that was just like,
I thought the rock poured out olive oil.
no, there was cream.
Yeah, the streets were covered in cream, and then the rocks poured out olive oil.
Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. The whole thing was just like this badly phrased metaphor that we missed. Okay.
Yeah.
Because what it was referring to, and we even mentioned this at the time, the olive trees that thrived in rocky soil, the oil presses were cut into the rock.
Okay.
So there was oil literally on the rocks.
Got
and
it.
He was able to walk through his fields and there was oil on the rocks because he was so rich. He had so many olive trees that,
they were all covered in oil that they cut. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So he's like, the rocks veritably pour out oil.
Right.
Like,
right.
not actually literally, metaphorically.
Right. I got it.
And the same with the cream. There were other words mentioned. It might have been curdles, or it might have been not curdles, curds, or something else. It basically was saying that he had a lot of fucking goats and shit.
So he had milk.
And yeah, so he was rich. He had all of these things.
Right.
That he had so much of that it was just raining from the skies, metaphorically.
Got it.
Okay.
Got it. Yeah.
So that clears that up, and that's a lot less impressive, I guess.
Right.
It's less fun.
Definitely, yeah.
I wanted to make fun of
But at
them.
least we know now.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
it was just more poetic tomfoolery.
Right.
So the rest of chapter 29 goes over Job's former honor, the description of his place in the community. Remember, he's telling us how awesome he was.
Yeah, and how shitty other people were.
Yeah. And how he used to administer justice, and gave a description of him actively working towards that for people who were bereft or downtrodden.
Yeah, as he was also calling those people shitty.
He's like, remember all of those disgusting, ugly, shitty people
Right?
that I helped?
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't think you just said what you meant to say.
I just can't leave that part alone. Like, I'm sorry, but...
As we like to say nowadays, you said the quiet part out loud, my good sir.
Right?
Yeah. So it goes from there to his expectation of ongoing peace. Like, he just assumed that his good life was going to last forever because he's like,
I'm not doing anything wrong. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Even though I hate these people, they suck. I'm helping them nonetheless. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do.
Right.
I'm apologizing for all the bads that my children do.
Right.
At their fucking drunk fest parties.
Sure.
That I'm assuming, they're having.
Yeah.
So that chapter closes then with Job's prominence as a respected leader in the community.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
So he's just like, I had it all. And then chapter 30, we go into Job's present suffering. Okay.
Yeah.
And chapter 30 describes Job's suffering after his world was turned upside down, in stark contrast with chapter 29, where he was on top of the world.
Right.
From enjoying the respect of the most respectable to undergoing the contempt of the most contemptible.
Yeah.
And remember, he was talking about some people that he compared them to dogs, that he wouldn't even he wouldn't even let those people sleep with his dogs.
Right.
Because they were that
No,
lowly.
it was really fucking bad.
It was very bad. So again, I think we both agree he's not as great as he thinks he is.
No, I don't think he is.
And so then the chapter starts with how Job would have viewed his mockers and the attacks of his enemies. And the attacks of his mockers are depicted as overwhelming in their severity and persistence.
So
he's like, everybody's mean to me, and this isn't fair because prior to this, they were all shit, and now they're shitting on me. Like, I'm shit, and I'm not shit, they're shit.
Right, right.
So God is causing his present sufferings, and Job goes to accuse God, and he withdraws into despair. Okay?
Yeah.
And Job reiterates his conviction that God is in total control of his life, so he complains that he was not given mercy by God. And Job hopes for restoration, but seems to face disaster, so he can only see bleak pictures of his future life. The end.
Got it.
Okay, and that's where we finished off.
Yeah.
So we talked about the cream. We talked about Ophir, the city of gold.
Right.
And we summarized that one of the chapters felt weird, and we learned about what all the chapters meant.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Well,
that's
at least
our
we had some
Q&A.
stuff to talk about this week.
Yeah.
We've been running short on that lately. So
Well, when it's straightforward, yeah, it's hard to come
It's
up
hard.
with a question.
Yeah.
But this time we had some actual, the fuck is that? And the fuck did I just read? And
Right.
the fuck are those?
Yep.
So that was fun.
Yeah, no, it was. I like it.
Mhm.
So that was good. All right, so that was our Q&A for today.
Yes, it was.
And we will be back tomorrow with...
Sacrilegious Book Club.
And what are we going over on that one? Is it going to be the folklore?
Well, yeah.
I
What
was just
else
making
would it
sure.
be?
Because we said a while back we'd bounce back and forth occasionally to the Asimov one. So I just,
I'm not ready to go back to Asimov yet. I'm still
Okay.
mad at him.
Okay, all right.
We might.
But we're going to go back at some point, though, right?
Oh, yeah. Like
Okay.
I keep saying, don't throw out
We just
the
had
baby.
somebody reach out to us and say, hey, I'm following along with the Asimov thing.
Yeah. So we should get back to that. Don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. I know.
Right,
I know.
right.
We will get back to Asimov. I'm
Okay.
just not there yet.
All right.
Let me get to a better stopping point in this Jewish folklore.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So
Fair
that's
enough.
what we're reading tomorrow.
Yep. And then I'll get out our weekly replay tomorrow. And then we'll be back on Monday with...
Job chapter 31.
All right. We'll see you guys then.
Yep. Bye. Husband,
Wife!
do you know what we're doing today?
We're going over some sort of a book, I think.
Right, because it's Sunday. We're doing a Sacrilegious Book Club.
That's the one, yeah.
Yes.
So what are we going over today?
We are reading from a treasury of Jewish folklore. Stories, traditions, legends, humor, wisdom, and folk songs of the Jewish people.
Okay.
Edited by Nathan Ozubel.
Okay. You just trying to spice up that book name and everything there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like life to be fun, and it was more fun that way.
No, I got it.
So,
Perfect. So do you have anything else to say, or are we ready to go ahead and hop on in?
did I want to say where we're at, or do I do that?
Let's go ahead and say where we're at.
Okay,
Yeah.
so part 1 was Jewish salt. Now we're in part 2, which is heroes. And we're on chapter 3, which is miracles. And today we are going to talk about Kabbalists, mystics, and wonder workers on page 175.
Sounds great. Let's go do this.
Okie dokie. Okay, so we are in chapter 3, miracles. We're starting the section, Kabbalists, mystics, and wonder workers. So we're going to start that on page 175 with the introduction to that, which I was very grateful for because I don't really know what Kabbalists are.
Okay.
Do you?
Not exactly. I mean, seems like they're mystical, magical things.
I mean, is that based on the fact that it's lumped in with mystics and wonder workers?
That's just like, that's how I view that word.
Okay.
I just don't know exactly what it means.
Okay, well, you happen to be correctish.
Oh,
So-
I'm glad I'm correctish.
Yeah. See, and I just thought something religion, blah, 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 and that's all I kind of even sort of knew.
I always think of I think of them as like the people around like where they're sacrificing a child or something like that, and like there's some like fire in the middle and like masks being worn.
Okay.
And
Okay.
that's just my image of that.
Okay. I'm following you.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying, right?
So this is a fairly lengthy intro, but it's really interesting, and because it has so much information in it, I'm going to read several excerpts from it.
Okay.
Okay, and just jump in any time you were like, "Whoa!" or have a
Because
question.
I wouldn't anyway.
Well, yeah, you
Okay.
would. You would. I'm just reminding you that it's okay to do that.
Oh, thank you
Okay.
for that reminder.
Fuck off. Okay, so beginning with the Talmudic era, there crept into Jewish thought a persistently mystical and life-denying element. Okay?
Okay.
And then it talks a little bit about that stuff, and it's the shadowy world of Kabbalah. Okay?
Okay.
And then it says, but what is Kabbalah? It is not just one book, but an entire body of esoteric knowledge which had been created in the course of some 2,000 years by those daringly imaginative but sickly minds, the Kabbalists.
Okay.
They were men disenchanted with life who sought to construct a bridge between this veil of tears and God. Okay?
Ah, okay.
They were very God intoxicated, and they were religious to the point of ridiculousness, to where like they lived their whole lives trying to feel God and find God and seek God.
Got it.
Okay.
Got it. Yeah.
To find God, the Kabbalists renounced the world with all its snares of the senses. They substituted intuition for reason, spirit for flesh, the hidden for the visible, and the unknown for the known.
Got it. It sounds a lot like your MAGA Christians.
I was going to say.
Just saying.
Yeah. And that's a really fair comparison, I think, because
Right.
these people are like cuckoo beans.
Yeah.
Okay. And we'll get into a little bit later why Kabbalists and Kabbalism became so easily adopted.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I think anytime you're talking about intuition, right? Like intuition is a very sexy thing.
It is.
You know, like it's.
But there's a historical reason
Okay.
why it was so easily accepted and adopted.
Got it. Okay.
That's what I meant.
I got
you. You know, when the stars align and things are just right for kind of like Trump stumbled into the perfect moment for racism to rear its ugly head and come back alive, you know?
Sure.
Not that it was ever dead, but it was sleeping under the carpet.
Right.
And we could sweep a lot of it under the carpet and pretend it wasn't there. I mean, as long as you weren't a person of brown or black skin, of course.
Right.
You knew it was still there, but
Right.
the rest of us could kind of just like, what?
Well, we elected a black president.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, and I'm counting myself in that. I knew that racism was a thing still, but I didn't know to what extent and what degree. And I bear some responsibility for that, obviously.
It's funny. I think at the time that Obama was in office, I was actually immersed in, not that I've always known that racism is present and prevalent in our country, right? But I was in the midst of working as a store manager at a Dollar General at the time. Mm-hmm. And
it was in a really predominantly black area, wasn't it?
Well, it was in a predominantly poor area that was very heavily black, not completely, but it opened my eyes to a lot of what it meant to be the people living in that community, you know, and they're not bad people. They're just
hard on their luck and shit on. Yeah.
I mean, there's as many bad people there as there's bad people in rich communities, you know, like it's just, it's a different type of life.
The difference being that the cops are not running around harassing the rich people.
Yeah.
Whereas you said that there was one girl who was constantly late to work because she was always getting pulled over.
Well, I mean, she wasn't constantly late to work, but she did get harassed by the cops. I mean, it was like turn signals and bullshit, you know, like they literally, it was just crap. And she was working really hard, you know, and there's a lot of things that it wasn't just people that I worked with. It was the community members, and like they literally, you probably remember this. We went to a Goodwill one time and one of my, people that shopped at my store invited you and me to dinner.
Yes, she was so sweet.
Right.
She was so excited to see you outside of the workplace and to see you with your wife out shopping.
Yeah.
And she had nothing but hugs for both of us. And you had told me how she was your favorite customer. And so it was really exciting for me to see her, vice versa.
Right.
So that was really cool.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's get back into
Kabbalah,
sorry,
though.
I
went off track.
No, that's okay. We were dissing the MAGA crowd. There's always room for that in my life.
Definitely.
So Kabbalah loftily referred to itself as the hidden wisdom. And again, that just, the exclusive, you just have to be special to know.
Right. Yeah, of course.
If you know, you know.
Right.
And it represented that kind of knowledge which could be acquired not by ordinary reason, but by the illumination of the spirit. Again, if you would just open your mind, but keep it closed at the same time.
Right. Yeah.
Then you'll find this. The history of the Kabbalah winds along a complicated and uncertain course. It is a strange mystical brew of diverse ingredients combining Jewish ethics, okay, let's try this one more time. Zoroastrian dualism.
Wow, that's a mouthful.
Pythagorean numerology, Neoplatonic emanations, and medieval Christian asceticism.
Jesus Christ.
So
what?
Magics from all over the place with a little smattering of math and astrology and like just enough of the little sciences to make it feel real and plausible.
Got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So, there were 2 books that the Kabbalah people, followers, were like really excited about.
Were they written by Ron L. Hubbard?
They might well have been. Just kidding. Just kidding. One was called the Book of Creation, but there was an even bigger and better one called Splendor. Now, I'm not going to try to pronounce the other translation and interpretations of those because words are hard.
Sure.
So, Splendor, okay?
Okay.
And people erroneously use that term interchangeably with Kabbalah, but that the book itself is separate, okay?
Yeah.
So, it became the scriptures of later Kabbalists.
Okay. Yeah.
And next to the Bible itself, it was revered above all other Jewish works by its devotees and by awestruck, superstitious folk.
Interesting.
Right?
God damn it! There's another fucking rabbit hole here.
I know.
Like,
I know.
I'm what?
Zoroastrian. Is that what you're looking up?
I'm like looking at these books exist and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I think we could probably find some good shit here. Yeah.
Yeah. Just because.
So.
Yeah.
I'm. Wow.
I
We're
told
never.
you.
We're never. This podcast will go on forever.
Yeah.
Because there's never going to be an end to it.
Ever. I mean, I told you, like, I had read all of this stuff today, and it took me like 4 or 5 hours to get through all of this.
Yeah.
To figure out which bits I wanted to leave out.
Right.
Because there's so much.
Yeah.
So, I apologize for the things I have left out, and if it's not coming together well, it's my fault, not the fault of the book. So anyway, they were awestruck, superstitious folks, excited about the work, okay?
Yeah.
Because of this, the Kabbalah fell into disrepute among the rationalists, obviously.
Sure.
You know, science-minded folk and fact-finding folk were like, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
Right.
This explains the popular misconceptions of the Kabbalah, usually based on inadequate knowledge, as being nothing but a silly hodgepodge of numerological and alphabetical abracadabra, childish beliefs, incantations, and various other kinds of mumbo-jumbo.
Got it.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, this book tries to, like, what I'm reading now tries to have it both ways. It's like using big words to describe where it borrowed from, and then it's like, but it wasn't mumbo-jumbo entirely.
Right.
And I'm like, but it was, though.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, although Jews lived in walled-in isolation in medieval times, they were exposed to the influences of the Christian and Islamic worlds about them. Monasticism, with its rejection of the life of the senses as cardinal sin, left a deep impression on the Kabbalists of the Middle Ages. Okay?
Okay.
So, we're gonna...
The rejection of the senses.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So, they would, like... Have you heard of mortification? Not embarrassment. It's where, like, you take a whip to your own skin, like you put it over your back and you're whipping yourself.
Sure.
To try to, like, beat the sin out of you, but also because through that you're supposed to feel closer to God.
Right. Okay.
And so that's the kind of shit that they would get into.
Okay. Sure.
So now we're going to talk about the history, okay?
Okay.
So it is indeed a paradox of history that the Dark Ages among Jews had never really existed until the latter half of the 16th century. So at the very time when the medieval darkness had sent civilization reeling backwards in Europe, the Jews were probably the most enlightened people in the world. And then, the opposite happened.
Right.
When we were crawling out of that is right when they fell into this Kabbalist bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay. So, as has been so often pointed out by historians, the Jews were instrumental to a large measure in kindling the bright flame of learning and rationalism that we found as we were climbing out of the Dark Ages.
Right.
Like, thank you to the Jewish for that.
Right.
Let's see. Going. let's see, were deeply developing in science and arts. Then the Jews were yielding to the hammer blows of their enemies, and they were growing culturally weaker.
Okay. Yep.
And superstition, excessive piety, and delirious Kabbalist dreams proved excellent modes of escape from the unhappy reality of Jewish life.
Gotcha.
So they had a reason to start thinking along these lines of, magic.
Right.
Escapism.
Yeah. Yeah.
In addition to harassment from death, hunger, epidemics, and persecution, the average Jew now had to endure the terror of a shadowy world haunted by unspeakable demons, specters, ghosts, and transmigrating souls. Okay. So that's what this brought to them. Now we're going to talk about this mystical sect of Kabbalism called Hasidism, which refers to the pious. Okay.
Interesting. So there's the Hasidic Jews. I'm assuming that's.
I'm pretty sure that's
relevant.
what it is. Yes. I'm pretty sure that's what that is.
Okay.
But before we talk about that, I want to go back a little bit and talk about remember what I was referring to, why Kabbalism was so easily adopted.
Right. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So the immediate and widespread success of Hasidism was due to a variety of historical reasons.
Okay. Yep.
100 years before there had been the 30 Years' War, in which the Jews suffered more than any others, and from whose frightful ravages they never fully recovered. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
In 1648, two cataclysmic events occurred. The first took place during the Cossack uprising against Polish rule, led by the hetman Bogdan Chmielewski.
Oh, yeah?
I'm sure I got that wrong. In the course of the struggle, terrible barbarities were perpetrated on the Jews. Some 300,000, or about half of the Jewish population in the Ukraine, were massacred.
Damn.
The terrors of the time greatly resembled those initiated against the Jews by the Nazis in our days.
Wow.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, then there was a Kabbalist called Zabadi Zevi. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And he was this messianic guy that was like, the Messiah is coming, I'm the Messiah kind of thing.
Sure.
And that hysteria swept like a conflagration over all of European Jewry. Tens of thousands liquidated their worldly affairs and readied themselves for the end of days.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Crazy stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah.
The result was the only one that could be expected under the circumstances: disillusionment.
Right.
The psychology complicated Zabadi Zevi, the guy that I was just talking about, after a series of exciting adventures, failed his followers in the end. He embraced Mohammedanism.
Oh, so
Muhammad, yes.
Islam,
yes. The Jews of the world were split wide apart over the issue, and the so-called Sabbatian controversy, which refers to him, Zabadi, Sabbatian,
right,
raged bitterly for more than 100 years. But the effect of this debacle on the Jewish masses was paralyzing. They grieved and sank into a deep apathy. Okay, so now we're going to talk about Hasidism. Okay,
yeah.
I wanted to, they put this a little bit out of order, I think. So I want to talk about why it was so accepted before we talk about what it is. Okay. So with the rise of the popular mystic sect, the Hasidism of Kabbalah took a new lease on life, but it went through an inner and outer transformation as well. Rabbi Israel Baal Shem, and normally I don't recognize these guys' names. Right. I don't repeat them because they're not super duper relevant to what we're reading.
Sure.
But this guy, Rabbi Israel, he comes up in some of the stories that we're going to read.
Okay.
So it's important that we remember his name for future reference. Okay.
Got it. Yeah.
So Rabbi Israel, the founder of Hasidism, introduced the Kabbalah into his mystic cult, but without any of its forbidding austerities. He borrowed from it principally the ethical, the poetic, and the ecstatic elements. Okay. He was like a nature happy guy. Okay. He really liked the natural world, and he just took like all the happy bits.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the legends of the Hasidism have a fascinating historical religion background, unique in all folk literature. Actually, the time span of their creation was less than 200 years, for the sect was founded shortly before the middle of the 18th century.
Wow.
That's so recent, right?
Yeah.
I mean, ish.
Yeah.
Comparatively speaking.
Right.
They are more than mere legends. They constitute a genuine body of devotional folk literature. One of the best ways to worship God, the Hasidism believed, was to read and tell the wondrous tales about Sadiqim. The singing of melodies and dance were also considered forms of worship which could serve as substitutes for Torah study. Okay?
Okay.
So now we're going to go back to where we were, skip ahead a little bit. And when the people were suffering, a lot of them lived in ghettos and they could barely read. And so they were just reciting their prayers
by memory.
By
Right.
rote. Like they were just parroting what they heard.
Sure.
And they weren't feeling it. So that's another reason why this stuff felt good.
Yeah.
You know, it went with the feeling instead of the knowing.
It brought participation in instead of, right.
Yeah. It was therefore as if an answer to a universal need for a comforter that Baal Shem, Rabbi Israel, appeared. He went from town to town preaching an evangel of faith and joy. Okay?
Yeah.
So remember, this is the guy that I'm telling you to keep in your mind.
Right.
Okay?
Yep.
Laughter, song, and the dance, he said, were the highest forms of prayer. So he gave them permission to like not have to know the words to still be able to feel God in their lives.
Right.
Like you don't have to pray by reading the Torah. You can just feel the Torah and it still counts.
Got it.
Like kind of like just be good and be happy and be joyous and, you know, serve God the best you can.
Sure. Yeah.
Which there's something to be said for that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Love of God, he declared, more important than formalistic religious worship, which is what I just said.
Right.
To do good among men was better than to observe the minutiae of law and ritual. Okay? Baal Shem, that's...
Israel Baal Shem.
Sanctified all that was humble, that was workaday, but all fundamental was his central doctrine of love of God and love of man. All life was holy, he said. The dry as dust, learned Talmudist or rabbi had less of a chance to taste the beatitude of the spirit and the rewards of paradise than the pure in heart and the humble, even though they might be literate.
Sounds closer to like hippies than
It really does. It really does. Because it's giving a chance for people who thought that they were not good enough to have God in their life. Like it's giving them a way to still be part of it and to still feel like they have a chance at God.
Sure.
So it's kind of cool, I think. But yeah, it does have a very hippie feel to it.
Right.
Hippie dippy with your crystals and your
Yeah.
weed smoking and free love and all that shit.
Right.
The evangel of Hasidism that Baal Shem and his disciples preached was therefore as much of a socio-ethical nature as it was religious, which that goes to figure, you know, that, and that's another reason why it was so easily adopted, because it didn't just speak to their religious beliefs and their religious practices and the way they worshiped. It also impacted their daily lives as people.
Right.
So they adopted it as a society, not just as a religion.
Right. Okay.
It revitalized the Jewish spirit, revived hope, gave the people an affirmative philosophy of life that was warmly emotional, highly ethical, rich in earthiness, though very mystical. It was a livable, workable way of life, regardless of its admitted serious shortcomings. Okay?
Yep.
The rabbinic authorities, the Talmudic traditionalists, naturally condemned the new sect as heretical. Naturally. I mean...
anything different is heretical.
Right. Like, just think of, you know, Protestants and Catholics, right?
Right.
You know, the Martin Luther banging the things on the door, nailing the things to the door and saying we should be able to read, you know, you guys are just making shit up and interpreting them willy-nilly, and I just read through all this shit, and that's actually not what it says, and you guys are taking bribes for people to get into heaven, and that's some bullshit right there.
Right.
So, whenever there's something new that comes around that's like, let's let the people be involved a little bit, what you say,
Right.
then the ones in power are like, hold your horses.
That goes for any time and place.
Yes.
And anything, really.
Readings only for those in power, and it just so happens that we are also in power.
Right.
Right?
Right.
So, they even pronounced the ban of excommunication against Baal Shem, Rabbi Israel. But all in vain. Hasidism was like a tidal wave sweeping over Galicia, Poland, Hungary, parts of the Ukraine, and Lithuania. Nothing could stop it, for it answered an urgent need. The Jewish masses could not survive spiritually without it. Okay. Unfortunately, Hasidism, like so many other religious sects, carried within itself the seed of corruption. It was inherent in the very institution, who became dynastic and was motivated sometimes by less than spiritual motives. You don't say. Right? So it's still present, but in a different format.
Well, I think it's a very small portion at this point, from what I understand. And again, that's not a broad understanding of it. That's my thinking on it at this point. I have heard of Hasidic Jews,
right?
But they seem to be the smaller group of people that exist. Yeah.
So. Oh, definitely. Isolated circles of Hasidism are still to be found even in New York, Boston, Philadelphia, and Chicago.
Yeah.
There are also Neo-Hasidism. These are usually of a sophisticated, intellectual, mystical bent. So we still find them, but, like you said, few and far between, and not really positive fully what they are.
Right.
Okay. So now that we have a better understanding, we're going to get into some of these here stories. Okay. The first story that I'm going to read is called The Water Spirit on page 182. And I want to preface it with, it's a really cool story.
Okay.
Like, I really enjoyed it. Except the end was like, the end. So I'm reading it because I enjoyed the story enough that I feel like it deserves sharing, even with the caveat that sorry about the ending being so abrupt.
Sure.
Okay. In old Constantine, there lived a cousin of the Baal Shem Tov who was named Reb Shmuel. And Reb Shmuel was a sinner. I mean, couldn't you tell from his name?
Right, yeah.
Shmuel.
Yeah.
He committed one sin after another. What does it matter if I sin twice or sin 20 times, he said. At the end of the year, I take all my sins and drag them down to the edge of the water. I throw them into the lake, and that is the end of them. And for the new year, I am a clean man.
I mean, that's, yeah. I've wondered that myself about, the ability to wash sin away. So
I'm going to interrupt here because there is a footnote, and I'm not going to read the whole footnote. I'm going to summarize it right quick.
Okay.
So apparently there is an old custom that people barely even remember why they do it. Every New Year, they go to a bridge and they empty their pockets into the lake to wash away. It's a symbolic washing away of your sins as you enter the new year.
Right.
Okay. Now, a lot of people just do it because it's tradition without really understanding why they're doing it or what it is.
Sure.
Okay. And so he's saying, like, physically carrying the sins as though they are tangible objects that can be. So this story personifies sins as an object that you pick up and carry to the water.
Got it. Okay. Yeah.
So Reb Shmuel lived from year to year, and each year the sea became a little blacker because of the sins he threw into it. And each year the bundle of sins that he brought down to the edge of the water was greater than that of the year before.
Sure, why not?
You get away with murder, then you become a serial killer, right? The lake is so close to my house, he laughed. I have not far to carry my sins. Let there be few more in the bundle. He's like, who fucking cares? It's just water. Doesn't matter to me.
Right.
But his wife said, It is because of your sinning that God does not send us a son. His wife was a holy woman. Reb Shmuel said, do you really think that is so? And she said, yes. Then he said, well, perhaps it really is so. And he thought no more about it. And that same year, he committed a sin that was uglier than all the sins he had ever made.
Damn.
The sin was huge. And shapeless. Shapeless.
Okay.
It was like a great sponge oozing and dripping with mud.
That's one nasty ass.
It was so
sin.
bad. Like, it doesn't tell you what it is, but I'm like, what is the worst sin you could do? Did he rape somebody?
I mean,
that's what it sounds like, right?
Yeah.
He could hardly find a place to hide it until the end of the year when he would throw it into the lake. He put it into the basement of his house, but there the sin seemed to grow larger, to expand until the basement was not high enough to hold it, and the mud of the sin began to squeeze itself through all the cracks and to ooze into the rooms of the house and to fill every corner of the house with its damp, crawly smell. At last, New Year's Day came. Reb Shmuel took hold of the sin in both his arms and by pulling with all his might, managed to squeeze it through the door of his house.
Wow.
He got it out of the house, then he pushed and rolled it down to the lake.
Awesome.
Whew.
Yeah, that was close.
There,
one.
he said. Yeah, I'm rid of that. That's what he said. Okay.
Okay.
The lake was angrier than ever because it too was personified in the story.
Yeah.
It hissed and shook itself and heaved itself upward, trying to hurl the sin back to the shore. Yet all of its rebellion was of no use, for it had been ordained when the waters were created that on New Year's Day they had to receive into themselves all the sins of men and cleanse them. So at last the lake became quiet and set to work to cleanse the sin. But the deed of Reb Shmuel was not forgotten. The waters waited for vengeance.
Okay.
Reb Shmuel saw that his hair was becoming gray. You thought that was the boring end, right?
Maybe.
It's not.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
He saw that his hair was becoming gray and his wife had passed her best years and still they had no children. At last he said, I will go to my cousin, Rabbi Israel. Okay. So that guy, they say he performs wonders for every stranger that comes to his door. As for me, I'm a member of his family.
Right. You got an in.
Yeah. I guess we're to take that, nepotism is a thing.
Sure.
I mean, look, everybody talks about nepotism like, I would never. I'm here to tell you what, if I know somebody that works at the company that I want to work for, I'm going to take advantage. I am a writer. If I know somebody who is an editor or agent or knows an editor or agent, I am contacting them.
Well, yeah.
I don't understand why we act like nepotism is bad. Like none of it. It's called networking,
Yeah, but sometimes it goes too far.
Yeah, that's but who gets to decide when nepotism is okay and when it's not? You know what I mean?
Prosperity or failure of a company, really.
Yeah, but if the company fails, then nepotism didn't work, did it?
Right.
And like, for example, there was an article I read recently, like Nepo baby is like the word of the year right now or whatever.
Sure.
Okay. There was this article about all of these actors whose parents were actors or directors or screenplay writers. Okay. And so all of these all these actors that are like famous and popular now, they got a leg up. They got the chance to try. They got cast as children in movies before they even knew if they wanted to be actors or not, right?
Right.
And that's not fair. Whatever.
Sure.
The thing is, yes, they got the chance that other people don't get, but they also had to be good or else they aren't getting cast anymore.
Right.
Because it's a business. And Hollywood ain't just going to keep casting people just to cast people. You know?
Right.
Like, eventually their luck will run out. So,
and to be fair, if you're talking about a Hollywood actor, their parents were Hollywood actors, so they know how to help you do that.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
And, I mean, if you wanted to be an actor and you had family that was in the business, would you not seek them out?
Yeah, for sure.
So, I don't know. I get it that it's not fair. They have opportunities that I didn't have. And that is true. But you also have opportunities for every family member or friend who works somewhere that other people don't have, just by stint of you knowing somebody somewhere.
Right.
So I'm just saying.
Yep.
Jealousy isn't pretty, guys.
Right.
Okay, anyway, Reb Shmuel, okay? He's like, I'm going to go to my cousin, that guy, Rabbi Israel, and he is sure to nepotism see me.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Shmuel came to the Baal Shem Tov, the house of the guy.
Okay.
And he said, cousin, I am growing old, and I would like to have a son to live after me. Rabbi Israel talked with him for a while and remembered Shmuel's wife, the holy woman. Okay.
Right. Okay.
At last, the master said, go home. I can only promise you that you will have a son. But what more did I ask? Said Reb Shmuel, and he began to dance with delight. But the Baal Shem shook his head. He looked pretty sad.
He's gonna die.
I don't know.
I think he's gonna die.
We've got an angry water who's
Right.
planning vengeance.
Yeah.
We've got a sad rabbi who's not thrilled at the notion of helping dude have a kid. Where is this going?
So he's gonna have a kid, but he's not gonna live to see the kid grow up.
The Baal Shem Tov's promise was fulfilled.
Yeah.
Don't forget that the word Baal here means master.
Right.
Okay. So anyway, his promise was fulfilled. Before the year was over, Shmuel's wife gave birth to a strong and beautiful boy. If we ever have another cat, we are naming it Shmuel.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
I really like that.
Yeah. Not Ball.
Baal Shmuel, maybe.
Ball Schmerl.
Baal Shmuel.
There you go.
Oh my God, I love it. Okay, so they gave birth to a strong and beautiful boy. The father was so proud that he said, I will go at once on another journey to Rabbi Israel and thank him for what he has done for us. Like, he's the one that gave us the baby. It wasn't me fucking you and my sperm fertilizing your egg inside your vaginal canal uterus stuff.
Well,
no.
apparently they've been trying for a while, so you know.
Right. Then the Baal Shem Tov said to him, oh, wait. I skipped a paragraph. Sorry.
Okay.
He's going to go thank him. Okay.
Yeah.
Then he came again to the town and entered the cottage where the master sat studying. The master looked up at him, and the master's eyes were filled with deep, compassionate sorrow. When Reb Shmuel looked into the eyes of Rabbi Israel, all his joyous words faded from his lips. He did not know why, but he wanted to weep. Suddenly, he was crying like a child.
Okay.
Then the Baal Shem Tov said to him, your son will grow into a strong and happy boy.
Yeah.
But on his 13th birthday, he will go into the water and drown.
Oh, damn.
Damn, right? Reb Shmuel cried like a woman. He fell on his knees to Rabbi Israel and begged, help me.
Why wouldn't you just keep your kid inside for his 13th birthday?
And that's pretty much what they decide.
Oh, okay.
Everyone knows that the Baal Shem Tov was not fond of weeping, but he remembered that the wise man was a holy woman.
Uh-huh.
Now he lifted up his cousin and said, the lake is angry with you because of that terrible black sin that you threw into it. There was only one way to save your son. On his 13th birthday, he must be kept away from the water. Reb Shmuel thanked him with all his heart. Reb Shmuel was filled with joy. His tears were forgotten. That is not difficult at all, he said. On his 13th birthday, I will keep him away from the water.
Right.
Doy.
Yeah.
He was ready to run off on his way back home. But Rabbi Israel called to him and said, do not think it is so easy to remember. You will surely forget the danger that awaits your only son.
Okay.
Reb Shmuel said, how could I forget? Because he's a dumbass as how.
Right.
But the Baal Shem Tov, who saw even then how it would be with Reb Shmuel, said, before you go, I will give you a sign that will help you to remember the day. When you awaken on that day, you'll begin to dress yourself and you'll draw 2 stockings onto your left foot and then hunt everywhere for the stocking for your right foot. Warn your household that on the day that you cannot find your stocking, something terrible will happen. Okay, and then you'll remember.
Okay.
It'll jog your memory.
All right.
Okay. Reb Shmuel thanked him and returned to Constantine. And he thought, what a foolish thing the rabbi said about the stockings. Whatever. So he didn't tell anyone about it because men are dumb.
What?
Men are dumb.
Oh my God.
Okay. The boy grew. You tell me this story is not intriguing though.
Sure.
It's entertaining and interesting, right?
Yeah,
like what the fuck is going to happen?
Right.
The boy grew. He was stronger than any of the other boys in old Constantine. He could run faster and his eyes could see further and his hands could move more quickly. As for learning, he had only to look upon a page and he remembered it.
That's great.
He was as smart as Solomon.
Yeah.
But most of all things, he loved to swim in the water. He would dive to the very bottom of the lake, and there he would swim around, seeking beautiful stones. These he would bring home to his mother. He learned to stay under the water for many minutes. The fishes would come in and out of his hands, playing with him. As Reb Shmuel saw his son growing up so strong and big, he forgot all about the gloomy warning of the Baal Shem Tov. He forgot all about it.
I don't think I could forget my son's going to die.
Yeah, I couldn't either.
That would be looming in the back of my head all the time.
I would probably just keep him away from the water forever.
Right, yeah.
Right? Like, oh, the lake is pissed off at me. The lake might not wait till he's 13.
Right.
Right? By the time 13 years had passed, he did not remember Rabbi Israel's prediction at all, and he prepared to celebrate the bar mitzvah of his only son with a great feast.
Okay.
On the morning of the boy's 13th birthday, Reb Shmuel was awakened by the heat of the sun on his face. It was hotter than it had ever been before, he thought. He felt his whole body burning as if it were inside a furnace.
Yeah.
He began to dress himself.
Okay.
He felt very uncomfortable. He felt he had not slept enough. He was angry because the sun had awakened him and his head hurt with the heat.
Okay.
He drew a stocking onto his left foot, and then he stopped to wipe the sweat from his body. And then without looking what he was doing, he drew his other stocking onto his left foot. Then he looked for the stocking for his right foot. He looked among the clothes and did not find it. And this isn't ringing any bells.
Right.
He looked under the bed and did not find it. He got up and began to hop around the room, hunting for another stocking. He stumbled into the next room and blundered all over the house, knocking over chairs and hurting his knees and falling and balancing himself against the wall because apparently he does not know how to walk unless there is a stocking on both his feet. And he muttered and cried with anger because the day was very hot and he could not find his other stocking. He shouted and woke his wife. "What's the matter?" she said. "Where is my other stocking?" said Reb Shmuel. Then his wife arose to see what was troubling him. He pointed to his leg and muttered, "Someone has hidden my other stocking. I can't find my other stocking." Typical man, right?
Yeah.
Someone.
Right.
Somebody did it.
Right.
Have you seen my? Who moved my? Where's my? Where did you put my? Yeah, somebody else did it. Never you, husband. So the holy lady looked at her husband and saw that he was wearing two stockings on one foot because women can see things better somehow.
Right.
For when he went jumping around, his stockings had become loosened. "Look, Shmuel," she laughed, "you have both of them on your left foot." Dum-dum. I added the dum-dum, but she might as well have said it.
Sure.
He looked and he saw. Then suddenly he remembered the words of Rabbi Israel.
Wow. Yay.
Yeah. And he began to tremble and he ran to the room where his son slept. The boy was not in his bed.
Oh, shit.
Reb Shmuel ran to the door. He looked through the doorway and saw the boy already on his way to the lake.
Oh, man, you better go fast.
Reb Shmuel shouted to his son, "Come back!"
Yeah.
But the boy answered, "It's fucking hot. I want to swim in the water, God damn it." "Come back!" cried the father, but the boy would not come back. And that's why you need to bust that ass. Just kidding. Don't beat your children. But you do have to find a way to where when you tell them to do something, they obey. Like, so they don't die.
Right.
By getting drowned in a vengeful lake full of a tangible sin that is muddy.
Yeah.
Okay? So the boy would not come back. Then with one foot covered and the other foot bare, which apparently is a big fucking deal, Reb Shmuel began to run after his son. The boy ran swiftly. The father saw him nearing the lake. "Master, help me," cried the father, and he named the name of Rabbi Israel. Then the boy tripped over the root of an old tree. Woohoo!
Oh, man.
Before he could rise to his feet again, his father was at his side.
Mm-hmm.
"Come home with me," said the father. He led the boy to the house and placed him in a room and locked the door. It became very hot. The boy cried and beat on the door. "Let me go to the lake," he screamed. "I want to go to the lake." It made me think of Veruca Salt in Willy Wonka. "Daddy, make time go faster."
Right.
But they would not open the door. At last, the boy begged them only to let him out of that room because it was so very hot in there. But they would not let him out of the room. After that, He begged them to give him a pan of water with which to cool his body, but Reb Shmuel was afraid to give him even a glass of water to drink.
Oh, Jesus.
And after several hours, the boy became worn out and weak and fell to the floor and slept. Many people went to bathe themselves in the lake that morning. As the sun rose higher, the lake became filled with swimmers. They laughed and sported in the cool water. When the sun reached the middle of the sky and blazed angrily down on the earth, then nearly every soul in old Constantine was bathing in the lake. At exactly the hottest moment of noon, a disturbance began in the water. Ripples grew in circles around a certain spot near the shore, as though a stone had been thrown into the water there. The ripples widened and became a swirl.
Okay.
And out of the midst of the swirl, a hand appeared, reaching up from the water. The full arms appeared, hairy with greenish seaweed.
Jeez.
And after the arms came long, floating seaweed hair. A head rose from the water, and a neck and shoulders and the upper part of a body, all hairy with greenish seaweed.
Okay.
Then the head turned slowly from one side to another, and the arms reached outward, and the eyes looked into the faces of all the bathers. The mouth moved. The voice was harsh and deep. "One is missing," it shouted angrily, and the head sank back into the sea. When the sun had gone down and night had come, the parents opened the door where the boy lay, worn out, sleeping. They woke him and gave him wine to drink and dainty things to eat, and they held the feast of his 13th birthday. The end.
What?
Right? It was so good. Like, what's going to happen?
Oh.
And then it's like,
I don't know where to go with this now, so we're just going to end it.
yeah. It was like the worst episode of Supernatural ever.
Right.
Yeah, hated it. But
Yep.
But it was good right up until that last
Sure.
couple sentences, right?
Yeah.
Like, what's going to happen? Is he going to get up and walk into the house?
Right.
Like, I was seeing a monster, you know?
Yep.
How'd you feel about it?
I mean, that was a crap ending, but it was a good story.
Yeah. Okay, the next one is called The Book of Mysteries, and it starts on page 186.
Okay.
Okay? When the children of Horodenka ceased to sing, Israel was no longer content to remain in that place. We're talking about that same Rabbi Israel guy.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
He wandered again and returned to the town of Okup, where he had been born. There he became the watcher of the synagogue. The desire for knowledge came into him, and the joy that was given him by flowers and beasts in the forest was no longer sufficient. His mind was afire and thirsty, but his thirst could be quenched only by those waters that had cooled for ages deep in the deepest wells of mystery. And the fire within him was the sort that burns forever and does not consume. The innermost secrets of the Kabbalah were for him, and they were only as stars of night against the sun, for to him would be revealed the secret of secrets.
Okay.
The boy lived in the synagogue, but since the time for the revelation of his power was yet far away, he did not show his passion for the Torah to the men of the synagogue. By day, he slept on the benches, pretending to be a clod, but as soon as the last of the scholars blew out his candle and crept on his way home, the boy who would become Rabbi Israel rose and took the candle into a corner and lighted it, and all night long he stood and read the Torah.
Mm-hmm.
In another city, okay,
Yeah.
so that was the boy Israel. So somewhere else, we've got Rabbi Adam, okay?
Rabbi what?
Adam.
Okay.
Or Adam.
Got
Okay.
it. Yeah.
Master of all mysteries, waiting the coming of his last day. For in each generation, one is chosen, kind of like the vampire slayer,
Mm-hmm.
to carry throughout his life the candle that is lighted from heaven. And the candle may never be set down. And the soul may not return to eternal peace in the regions above until another such soul illuminates the earth. Rabbi Adam was even greater than the holy man who had been before him, for in the possession of Rabbi Adam was the book that contains the word of eternal might.
Oh, wow.
So he's got a magic book, okay?
Yeah.
Though Rabbi Adam was not one of the innocent souls, he had led a life so pure that this book had been given into his hands. Before him, only 6 human beings had possessed the knowledge that was in the book of Adam.
Damn.
The book was given to the first man, Adam, And it was given to Abraham, to Joseph, to Joshua son of Nun, and to Solomon. And the seventh to whom it was given was the holy man, Rabbi Adam.
Wow.
Yeah. This is how he came to receive the book.
Okay.
When he had learned all Torah and all Kabbalah, he had not been content, but had searched day and night for the innermost secret of power. When he knew all the learning that there was among men, he said, man does not know. And he had begged of the angels. So he's talking to angels, okay?
Yeah.
One night, Rabbi Adam...
Could be delirium, you know.
It could be. Probably was.
Right.
One night, Rabbi Adam arose from his sleep. He walked into a wilderness. Before him stood a mountain, and in the side of the mountain was a cave. And that was one mouth of the cave, whose other mouth was in the Holy Land. It was the cave of the Machpelah, where Abraham lies buried.
Machpelah. I recognize that from something.
Yeah. I don't know what, though.
Right.
And I meant to look it up, because what the fuck is Machpelah? Machpelah.
Okay.
It sounds like something that was used in Dune. And I'm wondering if they stole it from the Bible or from, these stories or whatever. So you look up that Machpelah while I carry on reading.
Right, yeah.
Okay. It was the cave of the Machpelah where Abraham lies buried. Rabbi Adam went deep into the cave, and there he found the book. All of his life, Rabbi Adam had guarded the secret of knowledge. Gazing into it, he had grown old, and he had come to see with the grave eyes of one who sees to the end of things. And when he saw himself growing old, he began to ask, what will become of my wisdom? Then he rose and looked to the Lord and said, to whom, Almighty God, shall I leave the book of wisdom? Give me a son that I may teach him.
So real quick.
Machpelah,
that's the cave where Abraham, Sarah, Isaac, Rebecca,
where
Jacob, and Leah were buried.
Okay,
so,
okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember them calling it that for some reason.
I think that's where I remember it from, is from the Bible. So.
Okay. All right.
I just couldn't remember exactly what it's I need refreshers,
but I don't want
been so long ago.
Yeah. So he was given a son. Okay?
Yeah.
Rabbi Adam.
Right.
His son grew and became learned in the Torah. The rabbi taught his son all that there was in the Torah. And he said, my son learns well. He began to teach his son the Kabbalah. The son was sharp in understanding, but when the boy had learned the secrets of the Kabbalah, he asked no more. Then the old heart of Rabbi Adam was weary and yearned for death. My son is not the one, he said. Night after night, Rabbi Adam prayed to the Almighty that he might be relieved of the burden of knowledge. And one night the word came to him saying, give the book into the hands of Rabbi Israel, son of Eleazar, who lives in Okap.
Okay.
Rabbi Adam was thankful, for now he might give over his burden and die. He said to his son, here is one book in which I have not read with you. His son asked, was I not worthy? You are not the predestined vessel, said Rabbi Adam. You would break with the heat of the fluid. Then he said to his son, seek out Rabbi Israel in the city of Okap, for these leaves belong to him. And if he will be favorable toward you and receive you as his servant and instruct you in his Torah, then count yourself happy. For my son, you must know that it is your fate to be the squire who gives into the hands of his knight the sword that has been tempered and sharpened by hundreds of divine spirits that now lie silent under the earth. Okay. Soon Rabbi Adam died. His son did not think of himself, but thought only of fulfilling the mission his father had given into his charge. I was so scared when I was reading this that, oh no, is he going to be a shitty son and be like, fuck ever, or jealous or angry? But no, he's a good boy. Yeah. He's good. Okay. He deserted the city of his own birth, and taking with him the leaves of the book, went in search of that Rabbi Israel of whom his father had spoken. The son of Rabbi Adam came to the town of Okap. He wished to keep secret the true reason of his coming. So he said, I am seeking a bride. I would marry and live my life here. The people of the town were delighted and felt greatly honored because the son of the holy man Rabbi Adam had chosen to live among them. Every day he went to the synagogue. There he encountered scholars and holy men and rabbis. He asked their names of them, but he did not meet with anyone called Rabbi Israel, son of Rabbi Eleazar. Often, when all the others had gone from the synagogue, Rabbi Adam's son remained studying the Torah. Then he noticed that the boy who served in the synagogue also remained there. He saw that the eyes of the boy were bright with inner knowledge and that his face was strained with unworldly happiness. Rabbi Adam's son went to the elders of the house of prayer and said to them, "Let me have a separate room in which to study. Perhaps I shall want to sleep there sometimes when I study late into the night. Then give me the boy Israel as a servant." Ew, that could be gross in today's times. Like, no, you may not, sir.
Right.
"Why has he chosen the boy Israel, who is a clod?" the elders asked. Then they remembered that Israel was the son of Rabbi Eleazar. He has chosen him to honor the memory of his father Eleazar, who was a very holy man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When the boy came to serve him, the son of Rabbi Adam asked, "What is your name?" "Israel, son of Eleazar." The master watched the boy and soon came to feel certain that this was indeed the Rabbi Israel whom he sought. One night, he remained late in the synagogue. He lay down on a bench and pretended to be asleep. He opened his eyes a little, and he saw how the boy Israel rose and took a candle and lighted it and covered the light, standing in a corner and studying the Torah. For many hours, the boy remained motionless in an intensity of study that the rabbi had known only in his father, the holy man, Rabbi Adam. All night long the boy studied, and when the sunrise embraced his candle flame, he slipped down upon the bench and slept. Then the rabbi arose and took a leaf from the holy book his father had given him and placed the leaf on the breast of Israel. Soon the boy stirred and, sleeping, reached his hand toward the page of writing. He held the page before his eyes and opened his eyes and read. As he read, he rose. He bent over the page of mysteries and studied it, and his whole face was aflame. His eyes glowed as if they had pierced into the heart of the earth, and his hands burned as if they lay against the heart of the earth. When full day came, the boy fell powerless upon the bench and slept. The rabbi sat by him and watched over him until he awoke again. Then the rabbi placed his hand upon the boy's hand that held the leaf out of the book. The rabbi took the other pages of the book and gave them to him, saying, "Know that I place in your hands the infinite wisdom that God gave forth on Mount Sinai."
Wow.
This is that book.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Wait. Gave forth on Mount Sinai, so that's when Moses was there.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently Adam had this and Abraham had this, which is before Mount Sinai.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
No.
Okay.
The words that are in this book have been entrusted only in the hearts of the chosen. When no soul on earth was worthy to contain its wisdom, this book lay hidden from man. For centuries, it was buried in unreachable depths. But always there came the time for its uncovering. Again, it was brought to light and again lost.
Also, if it was around when Adam was around, didn't the world flood?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that destroy most books?
Unless Noah took it with him somehow.
But Noah wasn't one of the people.
I know, right?
So that doesn't make any
It was
sense
safe
either.
in a cave.
I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
there's some things, there's some
Loose threads.
there's threads, yeah.
Plot bunnies.
Yeah.
My father was the last of the great souls to whom it was entrusted. I was not found worthy of retaining it, and through my hands my father transmit this book to your hands. I beg of you, Rabbi Israel, allow me to be your servant. Let me be as the air about you, absorbing your holy words, that otherwise would be lost in nothingness. Israel answered, "Let it be so. We will go out of the city and give ourselves over to the study of this book." The son of Rabbi Adam went with Israel to live in a house that stood outside of the town. There, day and night, they were absorbed in the study of the pages that contained the words of all the mysteries. Israel was as one who feeds on honey and walks on golden clouds. His soul swelled with tranquil joy, and his heart was filled with the peace of understanding. Often he went with the leaves of the book into the forest, and there the words of the book were as the words spoken to him by the flowers and by the beasts. But the son of Rabbi Adam was eaten by that which he fed, and yet his hunger grew ever more insatiable. The grander the visions that opened before him, the greater was the cavern within himself, and he was afraid, as one who stands on a great height and looks downward. Each day his eyes sank deeper and became more red. Rabbi Israel, seeing the illness that had come upon his companion, said to him, "What is it that consumes you? What is it that you desire?" Then the son of Rabbi Adam said, "Only one thing can give me rest. All that has been revealed to me has set me flaming with a single curiosity, and each new mystery that is solved before me only causes a greater chaos in my mind and a greater hunger in my heart. What is the one thing that you desire? Sounds like what Lucifer always asks in the show Lucifer.
Yep.
What is it you desire? Reveal the word to me. The word is inviolate, cried Rabbi Israel. But the son of Rabbi Adam fell on his knee and cried, until I see the end of all wisdom, I cannot come to rest. Call down the highest of powers, the giver of the Torah himself. Force him to come down to us, otherwise I am lost. Then the master shrank from him. He said, the hour has not yet come for his descent to earth. His companion was silent. He never pleaded with Israel again. But each day Rabbi Israel saw his face become darker and his body become more feeble. The hands were weak and he could hardly turn a leaf. Rabbi Israel was torn with pity for his companion. At last he said, is it still your wish that we name the giver of the Torah and call him to earth once more? The son of Rabbi Adam remained silent, but he lifted his eyes to the eyes of Rabbi Israel. They were as the eyes of the dead come to life. Then we must purify our souls that they may reach the uttermost power of will. On Friday, the two rabbis went to the mikvah, where they bathed in the spring of holy water. From Sabbath to Sabbath, they fasted. So from one Friday night to the next Friday night, a whole week, they fasted. And when they reached the height of their fast, they went again to the mikvah and purified themselves in the bath. On the second Friday night, they stood in the house of prayer. They called upon their own souls and said, are you pure? Their souls answered, we have been purified. Then Rabbi Israel raised his hands into the darkness and cried out the terrible name. The son of Rabbi Adam raised his arms aloft and his feeble lips moved as he repeated the unknowable word. But in the instant that the word left those lips, Israel touched him and said, my brother, you have made an error. Your command was wrongly uttered. It has been caught by the wind. It has been carried to the Lord of fire. We are in the hands of death.
Oh, no.
I am lost, said the son of Rabbi Adam, for I am not pure. Only one way is left to us, cried Rabbi Israel. We must watch until day comes. If one of us closes an eyelid, the evil one will seize him. He is lost. Then they began to watch. They stood guard over their souls. With their eyes open, they watched, and the hours passed. They stood in prayer, and the hours passed. But as dawn came, the son of Rabbi Adam, enfeebled by his week of purification and by the long struggle against the darkness of night, wavered, his head nodded, and sank upon the table. Rabbi Israel reached out his arm to raise him, but in that moment an unseen thing sped from the mouth of Rabbi Adam's son, and a flame devoured his heart, and his body sank to the ground. The end.
Okay.
That was interesting.
Yeah.
And
it was long.
It was. Yeah.
I was just letting you get through it, honestly. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
We're at an hour.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm like...
There were a couple more that I liked as well, but I'm not going to force any more upon you. But this section was all about that guy.
Right.
Who basically is what the Kabbalah came from.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that was interesting.
So are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean...
It's hard to respond to. I mean, those were stories. Those were
long stories.
Long stories.
Yeah. Yeah.
So...
They were interesting. I thought they were cool stories, though. Like, I thought they were really good stories.
Right.
The endings leave much to be desired. But the stories themselves, I was wrapped. You know?
Right.
I was enthralled. I didn't want to put it down. I was like, what's going to happen next?
I mean, to be fair, the Bible itself, in the Old Testament, at least thus far, has some trouble wrapping stories up, too. So
yeah,
it seems to be a theme of the back then.
Yeah, I think that, like, actually creating a plot with a solid ending is more of, like, I don't know, a 1600s thing or something. Like, we couldn't do it. We just couldn't do it.
Right,
you know?
right, yeah.
Although, I mean, Shakespeare did it, you know?
Right, that would, yeah.
So, I don't know. Whatever.
Beowulf, right? Was that?
Shakespeare was not Beowulf, honey.
I didn't say he was.
Oh, what are you saying?
I was saying that we're talking about stories that are stories that wrap up. That
Beowulf didn't wrap up so well.
Well, okay.
It just recalled a bunch of things that happened.
Got it.
Didn't necessarily. It was more a list of events, I think.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so yeah, maybe it wasn't until the 15 or 1600s.
Yeah. I don't know.
Anyway, that was our book club for today.
It sure was. It was a sacrilegious book club.
And I will be getting our weekly replay together here shortly. Mm-hmm. And that will be out today as well. And then tomorrow we'll be back on Monday with
Job chapter 31.
That's right. We'll see you guys then.
Yep. Bye.
Hey, wife. I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.
Hey, wife. I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegious discourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.